21.
Deuteronomy chapter 16. Now the men of Israel had sworn in Mizpah,
Observe the
saying,
month of Abib,
There
and keep
shall
the Passover
not any
unto
of
the
us
Lord
give
thy
his daughter
God.
unto Benjamin
For in the
to
month
wife.
of Abib the Lord thy
And the
God
people
brought
came
thee
to the
forth
house
out
of
of
God,
Egypt by
and
night.
abode there till even
Thou shalt
before
therefore
God,
sacrifice
and lifted
the
up their
Passover
voices
unto
and
the
wept
Lord thy
sore,
God
and said,
of the flock
O
and the
Lord
herd,
God
in
of
the place
Israel,
which the Lord shall
why is this
choose to
come
place
to
his
pass
name
in
there.
Israel, that there should be today
Thou shalt
one
eat no
tribe
leavened
lacking
bread
in
with it.
Israel?
7 days shalt thou
And it
eat
came to
unleavened
pass on the
bread
morrow
therewith,
that
even
the
the bread
people
of
rose
affliction.
early,
For
and
thou
built there an
camest
altar,
forth
and
out of the
offered
land of
burnt
Egypt in
offerings and
haste,
peace offerings.
that thou mayest
And the
remember
children
the
of
day
Israel
when thou
said,
camest forth out of
Who
the
is
land
there
of
among
Egypt
all the tribes
all
of
the days
Israel
of thy
that
life.
came not up with the
And there shall
congregation
be
unto
no
the Lord?
leavened bread seen with
For
thee
they
in
had
all
made a
thy
great
coast
oath
7
concerning
days.
him that came not
Neither
up to the
shall there
Lord to
anything
Mizpah,
of the
saying,
flesh which thou sacrificest
surely
the
be put
first
to
day
death.
at even remain
And the
all
children
night
of
until
Israel
the morning.
repented them for
Thou
Benjamin their
mayest not
brother, and
sacrifice
said,
the Passover
There
within
is
any
one
of thy
tribe
gates,
cut off
which the
from
Lord thy
Israel
God
this
giveth
day.
thee. But at
How
the
shall
place
we
which
do
the
for
Lord thy
wives
God
for
shall choose
them
to
that
place his name
remain?
in,
Seeing
there
we have
thou shalt
sworn by the
sacrifice the
Lord that
Passover
we will
at
not
even,
give them
at
of
the
our
going
daughters
down
to
of the sun,
wives.
at the season that
And
thou
they
camest
said,
forth out of
What
Egypt.
one is there of the tribes
And
of
thou
Israel
shalt roast
that
and
came
eat
not
it
up
in the
to
place
Mizpah
which
to
the Lord
Lord?
thy God shall choose.
And behold, there
And thou
came
shalt
none
turn
to
in
the
the
camp
morning
from
and go
Jabesh
unto thy
Gilead to the
tents.
assembly.
6 days
For the people were
thou
numbered,
shalt
and
eat
behold, there were
unleavened
none of
bread,
the
and on the
inhabitants
7th
of
day
Jabesh Gilead
shall be
there.
a solemn assembly
And the
to the Lord thy
congregation
God.
sent thither
Thou shalt do
12,000
no
men of the
work
valiantest,
therein.
and commanded them,
7
saying,
weeks shalt
Go
thou
and
number
smite
unto
the
thee.
inhabitants of Jabesh
Begin to
Gilead
number
with
the
the
7
edge of the
weeks from
sword,
such
with
time
the
as thou
women and the
beginnest to
children.
put the sickle to the
And
corn.
this is the thing
And
that
thou
ye shall
shalt keep
do.
the
Ye
feast
shall
of weeks
utterly
unto the Lord
destroy
thy God,
every male
with a
and every
tribute of a
woman that hath
freewill
lain by
offering of
man.
thine hand.
And they
Which thou
found
shalt
among the
give unto the
inhabitants
Lord
of
thy
Jabesh
God,
Gilead
according as the
400
Lord
young
thy God
virgins
hath blessed
that had
thee.
known no man
And
by
thou
lying
shalt
with any
rejoice
man.
before the
And they
Lord thy
brought them unto
God,
the
thou,
camp to Shiloh,
and thy son,
which is
and
in
thy
the land
daughter,
of Canaan.
and thy manservant,
And the
and
whole
thy
congregation
maidservant,
sent some
and the
to speak to
Levite
the
that is
children of
within thy
Benjamin
gates, and
that
the
were in the rock
stranger, and the
rimmon,
fatherless,
and
and
to
the
call
widow
peaceably
that are
unto them.
among you, in the
And
place which the
Benjamin came
Lord
again
thy
at
God
that time,
hath chosen
and
to
they gave
place
them
his name
wives
there.
which they had saved alive
And
of the
thou
women
shalt
of Jabesh
remember that
Gilead,
thou wast
and
a
yet so
bondman
they
in
sufficed
Egypt,
them
and
not.
thou shalt observe and do
And the
these
people repented
statutes.
them for Benjamin,
Thou shalt
because that the
observe the
Lord had
feast
made a
of
breach in the
tabernacles
tribes
7
of Israel.
days, after that thou hast
Then the
gathered
elders
in
of the
thy corn and thy
congregation
wine.
said,
And
How
thou
shall we
shalt
do for
rejoice in thy
wives for them that
feast,
remain,
thou and
seeing
thy
the
son
women are
and thy
destroyed
daughter,
out of
and thy
Benjamin?
manservant, and thy
And they
maidservant,
said,
and the
There
Levite,
must
the
be an
stranger, and the
inheritance for
fatherless,
them
and
that
the
be
widow
escaped
that are
of
within thy
Benjamin,
gates.
that a tribe be not
7
destroyed
days
out of Israel.
shalt thou keep a solemn
Howbeit,
feast
we may
unto the
not
Lord
give
thy
them
God
wives
in
of
the
our
place
daughters,
which the Lord shall choose.
For the children of Israel
because
have
the Lord
sworn,
thy
saying,
God shall bless
Cursed
thee
be
in
he
all
that giveth a
thine
wife to
increase,
Benjamin.
and in
Then
all the
they
works
said,
of thine hands.
Behold,
Therefore
there
thou
is a
shalt
feast of the
surely
Lord in
rejoice.
Shiloh yearly, in a place which is on the
3
north side of
times
Bethel,
in a year shall
on the
all
east
thy
side of the
males
highway
appear
that
before
goeth
the
up from
Lord thy
Bethel to
God
Shechem,
in the place
and on
which
the
he shall
south of
choose.
Lebanon.
In the feast
Therefore
of
they
unleavened
commanded
bread,
the children
and in
of
the feast of
Benjamin,
weeks,
saying,
and in the feast
Go
of tabernacles,
and lie in wait
they
in
shall
the
not
vineyards,
appear before
and
the
see
Lord
and
empty.
behold, if the daughters
Every
of Shiloh
man
come
shall
out
give
to
as he
dance
is
in
able,
dances,
according to the
then
blessing
come
of the
ye
Lord
out
thy
of the
God,
vineyards, and
which he
catch
hath
you
given
every
thee.
man his wife of the daughters of
Judges
Shiloh,
and officers
and
shalt
go
thou
to
make
the
thee in
land
all
of
thy
Benjamin.
gates, which the
And it
Lord
shall
thy
be,
God giveth
when
thee
their
throughout thy
fathers or their
tribes.
brethren come unto us to
And they shall
complain,
judge the
that we
people
will
with
say unto
just
them,
judgment.
Be favorable
Thou shalt
unto
not
them for
wrest
our
judgment.
sakes,
Thou
because
shalt not
we deserve
respect
not to
persons,
each man
neither
his
take a
wife in
gift.
the war.
For a gift
For
doth
ye
blind
did
the
not
eyes
give
of
unto
the
them at
wise,
this
and pervert
time,
the words
that
of the
ye should be
righteous.
guilty.
That which is altogether
And the children
just
of Benjamin did
shalt
so,
thou
and
follow,
took them
that thou
wives
mayest
according to their
live and
number of
inherit
them
the
that
land
danced,
which the
whom they
Lord thy
called.
God giveth thee.
And they went and returned unto their
Thou
inheritance,
shalt not
and
plant thee
repaired
a
the cities
grove of
and
any
dwelt in them.
trees near unto the altar
And the
of the
children
Lord
of
thy
Israel
God,
departed
which thou
thence
shalt
at that
make
time,
thee.
every man
Neither
to his
shalt thou
tribe
set
and
thee
to
up
his
any
family.
image which the
And they
Lord
went
thy
out from
God
thence chapter every 17. Man to his inheritance.
Thou shalt
in those
not
days
sacrifice
there was no
unto
king
the
in
Lord
Israel.
thy God any
Every
bullock
man
or
did
sheep
that
wherein
which
is
was
blemish,
right in his
or
own
any
eyes.
evil favoredness, for that is an abomination unto the Lord thy God. If there be found among you within any of thy gates which the Lord thy God giveth thee, man or
Ruth,
woman
chapter
that hath
1.
wrought wickedness in the sight
Now
of the
it
Lord
came
thy
to pass
God,
in the days
in
when the judges
transgressing his
ruled,
covenant,
that there
and
was
hath
a
gone and
famine in
served
the
other
land,
gods
and a
worshipped
certain man
them,
of Bethlehem,
either the
Judah,
sun
went to
or moon
sojourn
or
in the
any of
country
the
of
host of
Moab,
heaven, which I have
he
not
and
commanded.
his wife and his 2
And
sons.
it be told thee,
And the name
thou
of the
hast heard
man
of
was
it, and
Elimelech,
inquired
and the name of
diligently,
his wife
and behold,
Naomi,
it be
and the
true.
name of his 2
and
sons
the thing certain,
Mahlon
that
and
such
Chilion,
abomination is wrought in
Ephrathites of
Israel.
Bethlehem, Judah.
Then shalt thou
And they
bring
came
forth
into the
that man
country
or
of
that
Moab
woman,
and
which have
continued
committed
there.
that wicked thing unto thy gates,
And Elimelech,
even that man
Naomi's
or that
husband,
woman,
died,
and shalt stone
and she
them with
was left,
stones till they
and her
die.
2 sons.
At the mouth
And they
of 2
took them
witnesses or
wives
3
of the women
witnesses
of Moab.
shall he that
The
is
name of
worthy
the
of
one
death
was
be
Orpah,
put to death.
and the name of the
But at
other
the mouth
Ruth.
of 1 witness
And they
he
dwelled
shall
there
not be
about
put
10
to death.
years.
The
And
hands of
Mahlon
the
and
witnesses
Chilion
shall be
died,
first upon him to put him
also
to death,
both of them.
and afterward the
And
hands
the
of
woman
all
was
the
left
people.
of her 2
So
sons
thou shalt
and her
put
husband.
the evil away from
Then
among
she
you.
arose with her daughters-in-law,
If there arise
that
a
she
matter
might
too
return
hard
from the
for thee
country
in
of
judgment,
Moab.
between
For
blood
she
and
had
blood,
heard in the
between
country of
plea and
Moab
plea, and
how
between
that the
stroke and
Lord
stroke,
had visited
being
his
matters
people
of
in giving
controversy
them
within
bread.
thy gates, then
Wherefore
shalt thou
she went
arise
forth
and
out
get
of the
thee up
place
into the
where she
place
was,
which the Lord
and
thy
her 2
God shall
daughters-in-law
choose.
with her.
And thou
And they
shalt
went
come unto
on
the
the way to
priests, the
return
Levites,
unto the
and unto
land
the
of
judge
Judah.
that shall be in those days,
And Naomi
and
said
inquire,
unto
and
her
they
2
shall show thee the
daughters-in-law,
sentence of judgment.
Go,
And thou shalt do
return
according
each
to
to
the
her mother's
sentence
house.
which they of
The
that
Lord
place
deal
which the
kindly
Lord
with
shall
you,
choose shall show thee.
as ye have dealt
And thou
with the
shalt
dead
observe
and
to
with
do
me.
according to all that
The
they
Lord
inform
grant
thee,
you that ye may
according
find
to the
rest,
sentence of the
each
law
of you
which they
in
shall
the
teach
house of
thee,
her husband.
and according to the judgment which
Then
they
she
shall tell
kissed
thee,
them, and
thou
they
shalt
lifted
do.
up their voice
Thou shalt
and
not
wept.
decline from
And
the
they
sentence
said
which they shall
unto
show thee
her,
to the right hand nor
Surely
to
we
the
will
left.
return with thee
And
unto
the
thy
man that will do
people.
presumptuously
And
and will not
Naomi
hearken unto
said,
the priest that
Turn
standeth
again,
to
my
minister there
daughters.
before the Lord
Why
thy
would you
God,
go with me?
or unto the judge,
Are there yet
even that
any
man
more
shall
sons
die.
in my womb,
And thou
that
shalt
they
put
may be
away
your
the evil from
husbands?
Israel.
Turn
All
again,
the
my
people
daughters.
shall hear and
Go
fear
your
and
way.
do no more
For I am
presumptuously.
too old to have an husband.
When thou art come unto the land
If I
which the
should
Lord
say
thy
I
God
have
giveth
hope,
thee, and shalt
if I
possess
should
it,
have an husband
and shalt dwell
also
therein,
tonight,
and shalt say,
and should also
I
bear
will set a
sons,
king over me,
would you
like as
tarry
all the
for them
nations
till
that are
they were
about me.
grown? Would
Thou
you
shalt
stay
in
for
any
them
wise set
from
him
having
king over
husbands?
thee, whom the Lord thy God
Nay,
shall
my
choose.
daughters,
One from
for it
among thy
grieveth me
brethren
much
shalt
for
thou
your
set
sakes,
king over thee.
that the hand
Thou
of the
mayest
Lord
not set a
is
stranger
gone out
over thee, which is
against
not
me.
thy brother.
And they lifted up
But
their
he shall
voice
not
and
multiply
wept
horses
again.
to himself,
And
nor
Orpah
cause
kissed
the
her
people to
mother-in-law.
return to Egypt,
But Ruth
to the
clave
end that
unto
he should
her.
multiply horses.
And she
For as
said,
much as the Lord hath said unto
Behold,
you,
Thy
ye shall
sister-in-law
henceforth
is
return
gone
no
back
more
unto
that
her
way.
people,
Neither shall
and
he
unto her
multiply
gods.
wives to himself,
Return thou
that his
after
heart
thy
turn not away.
sister-in-law.
Neither shall he
And
greatly
Ruth
multiply
said,
to himself
Entreat
silver
me
and
not
gold.
to leave
And it
thee,
shall
or to
be when
return
he
from
sitteth upon
following
the
after
throne of
thee.
his kingdom,
For whither
that he
thou
shall write
goest,
him a
I will
copy
go,
of this law
and
in
where
a book
thou
out of that
lodgest,
which is
I will
before the
lodge.
priests, the Levites.
Thy people shall be my
And it shall be
people,
with him, and he
thy
shall read
God
therein
my
all the
God.
days of his life,
Where thou
that he may
diest
learn
will
to
I
fear
die,
the
and
Lord
there
his
will
God,
I be
to
buried.
keep all the words
The Lord
of this
do
law
so
and
to
these
me,
statutes,
and more
to
also,
do
if
them,
aught
that
but
his heart
death
be not
part thee
lifted
and
up
me.
above his brethren,
when
and
she
that he
saw
turn
that she
not
was
aside
steadfastly
from the
minded
commandment,
to go
to
with
the
her,
right hand
then
or
she
to
left
the left,
speaking unto
to
her.
the end that he may
So they two
prolong his
went until they
days in
came
his
to
kingdom,
Bethlehem.
he and
And
his
it came to
children,
pass,
in the
when they
midst
were
of
come to
Israel.
Bethlehem, that all the city was moved about them. And they said,
Is this Naomi?
And she said unto them,
Call me not Naomi, call me Mara, for the
Ruth,
Almighty
chapter
hath
2.
dealt very
Deuteronomy,
bitterly
chapter
with
18.
And
me.
Naomi had a kinsman
went
of her
out
husband,
forth,
The priests,
a
the
mighty
and the
man
Lord
Levites,
hath
of
and
wealth,
all the
brought me
tribe
home
of
the
in
family
Levi
of
shall have no
Elimelech.
part nor
Why then
inheritance
His
with
name was
Israel.
Boaz.
Naomi.
They shall eat
And
the
Ruth
offerings
the
of the
Seeing
Lord
the
Moabitess
Lord
made by
said
hath
unto
fire
her,
in his
against
inheritance.
me.
Let me now
The
go.
Therefore shall they
Almighty
have
hath
no
afflicted
inheritance among
me.
their
Born
brethren.
after him.
So
The
Naomi
Lord is their
returned,
inheritance,
and
as he
Ruth the
hath said
Moabitess,
unto
and
thee.
she her daughter-in-law with her,
And this shall be the
which
priest's
returned out
due
of the
from the
country of
people,
Moab.
from
And
them
she
that
went, and
offer
they
a
came to
sacrifice,
Bethlehem
whether
in
it
the
be
field
ox
after
or
the
sheep.
barley harvest.
And they
And
shall
her
give unto the
hat
priest
was
the
to light
shoulder
on a
and the
part
two
of the
cheeks
field
and the maw.
belonging unto Boaz,
The first
who
fruit
was of the
also
kindred
of thy
of Elimelech.
corn, of thy wine, and of thine
And
oil,
behold,
and the first of the
Boaz
fleece
came
of thy
from
sheep
Bethlehem
shalt
and
thou
said
give
unto
him.
the reapers,
For the Lord thy God
Lord
hath
be with
chosen
you.
him out of all thy
they
tribes to
answered
stand
him,
to minister in the
Lord
name of
bless
the Lord,
thee.
him and his
Then
sons
said Boaz
forever.
unto his servant
And if
that
a
was set
Levite
over
come
the
from any
reapers,
of thy gates out
Whose
of all
damsel is
Israel,
this?
where he sojourned and
servant
come
that
with
was
all
set
the
over the
desire
reapers
of his
answered
mind
and
unto the
said,
place which the
It
Lord
is the
shall
Moabitish
choose,
damsel that came back
then
with
he shall
Naomi out of the
minister in the
country
name
of
of
Moab.
the Lord his
and
God,
she said,
as all
I pray
his
you,
brethren the
let me
Levites
glean
do,
and gather after
which
the
stand
reapers
there
among the
before the
sheaves.
Lord.
So
they
she
shall have
came
like
and
portions
hath
to eat,
continued even
beside
from
that
morning
which
until
cometh
now,
of the sale of his
that she
patrimony.
tarried a little in the house.
When thou art come
Then
into the
said
land
Boaz
which the
unto
Lord thy
Ruth,
God giveth thee,
Hearest
thou
thou
shalt
not, my
not
daughter?
learn to do
Go
after
not
the
to glean in another
abominations of
field,
those nations.
neither go from hence.
There shall
but
not
abide
be
here
found
fast
among
by my
you
maidens.
any one that maketh his
Let
son
thine
or
eyes
his
be
daughter
on the field
to
that
pass
they do
through the
reap,
fire,
and go thou
or that
after
useth
them.
divination,
Have
or
I
an
not
observer
charged
of
the young
times,
men
or an
that they shall
enchanter,
not touch
or a
thee?
witch,
And
or a
when thou art
charmer,
athirst,
or a
go into
consulter
the
with
vessels,
familiar spirits,
and drink
or a
of that
wizard,
which the young
or a
men have
necromancer.
Then
For all
she
that
fell
do
on her
these things
face
are an
and bowed
abomination
herself
unto
to
the
the
Lord.
ground and said
And because
unto
of these
him,
abominations,
Why
the
have
Lord thy
I
God
found
doth
grace
drive
in
them out
thine
from
eyes,
before thee.
that thou
Thou
shouldest
shalt
take
be
knowledge of
perfect
me,
with the Lord thy
seeing
God.
I am a stranger.
For these nations which thou
And
shalt
Boaz
possess
answered and said
hearkened unto
unto
observers
her,
of times
It
and
hath
unto
fully been
diviners.
showed me
But as
all
for
that
thee,
thou hast done
the
unto
Lord
thy
thy God
mother-in-law
hath not
since the
suffered
death
thee
of thine
so to
husband,
do.
and how thou hast left
The
thy
Lord
father
thy
and thy
God
mother,
will raise up
and the
unto
land of
thee
thy
a
nativity,
prophet from the midst
and
of
art
thee,
come unto
of
a
thy
people which thou
brethren, like
knewest
unto
not
me.
heretofore.
Unto
The Lord
him ye
recompense
shall
thy
hearken.
work, and a full
According to
reward be
all
given
that thou
thee of the Lord God
desirest of the
Israel,
Lord thy God in
under whose
Horeb in
wings
the
thou
day
art
of the
come to trust.
assembly, saying,
Then she
Let me
said,
not hear again
Let
the
me
voice of
find
the Lord
favor
my
in thy
God,
sight, my
neither let
Lord.
me see this great
For that
fire
thou hast
any more,
comforted me,
that I
and
die
for that
not.
thou hast spoken friendly unto
And the
thine
Lord said
handmaid,
unto me,
though I be
They
not like
have
unto
well
one of thine
spoken
handmaidens.
that which they have spoken.
And Boaz said
I will
unto
raise
her,
them up a prophet from
At
among
noontime
their
come thou
brethren,
hither,
like
and eat
unto
of the
thee,
bread, and
and
dip
will
thy
put
morsel
my
in the
words
vinegar.
in his mouth.
And she sat
And he
beside
shall
the
speak unto
reapers,
them
and
all
he
that I
reached
shall
her parched
command him.
corn, and she
And
did
it
eat,
shall come
and
to
was
pass
sufficed, and
that
left.
whosoever will
And
not
when she was
hearken
risen
unto
up
my
to
words
glean,
which he
Boaz
shall speak
commanded
in
his
my
young
name,
men, saying,
I will
Let
require
her
it of
glean
him.
even among the sheaves,
But the
and reproach her
prophet
not.
which shall presume to speak
And
a
let
word
fall
in my
also some
name,
of the
which I have
handfuls
not
of purpose
commanded
for
him
her,
to
and
speak,
leave them,
or that shall
she may
speak in the
glean
name
them,
of
and
other
rebuke her
gods,
not.
even that
So she
prophet
gleaned
shall
in
die.
the field until even, and beat
And if
out
thou
that she
say
had
in
gleaned,
thine heart,
and it was
How
about
shall
an
we
ephah
know the
of
word
barley,
which the Lord hath not
and
spoken?
she took it up and went into the
When
city,
a prophet
and her
speaketh in the name
mother-in-law
of the
saw
Lord,
what she had gleaned,
if the thing
and
follow
she brought
not,
forth
nor
and
come to
gave it
pass,
to her that she had
that is
reserved
the thing
after
which
she
the
was
Lord hath not
sufficed.
spoken. But the
And her
prophet hath
mother-in-law
spoken it
said unto her,
presumptuously.
Where hast
Thou
thou
shalt
gleaned
not
today?
be afraid of him.
And where rottest thou? Blessed be he that did take knowledge of thee.
And she showed her mother-in-law with whom she had wrought, and said,
chapter 19.
The man's name with whom I wrought today
When the Lord
is
thy
Boaz.
God hath cut off the nations,
And
whose
Naomi
land the
said
Lord thy
unto her
God giveth thee,
daughter-in-law,
and thou succeedest
Blessed
them,
be
and
he
dwellest
of
in
the
their
Lord,
cities and in their houses,
who hath not left
thou shalt
off his
separate 3
kindness
cities
to
for
the
thee
living
in the
and to
midst
the
of thy
dead.
land,
And
which the
Naomi
Lord thy
said
God
unto
giveth
her,
thee to
The
possess it.
man is near of
Thou shalt
kin
prepare
unto
thee a
us,
way, and
one
divide
of our
the coast
next
of thy land,
kinsmen.
which the Lord thy God
And
giveth
Ruth
thee
the
to
Moabitess
inherit,
said,
into 3
He
parts,
said unto me
that
also,
every slayer may
Thou
flee
shalt
thither.
keep fast by my young
And this
men
is the
until
case
they
of the
have ended
slayer
all
which
my
shall flee
harvest.
thither, that he may
And
live.
Naomi said unto Ruth her
Whoso
daughter-in-law,
killeth his neighbor
It is
ignorantly,
good,
whom he
my
hated
daughter,
not in time
that thou
past,
go out
as
with
when a
his
man goeth
maidens,
into the wood with his
that they
neighbor to
meet
hew
thee
wood,
not in any
and
other
his hand
field.
fetcheth a
Ruth,
stroke with the
chapter
axe to
kept
cut down the
fast by
tree,
the maidens of
and the head
Boaz,
slippeth
and
from the
leaning
helve,
to the end
and
of barley
lighteth upon
harvest
his
and
neighbor
wheat
that he
harvest.
die.
My daughter,
He shall
dwelt
flee
with
into
her
one of
mother-in-law.
those cities and
Rest
live,
for thee,
lest
that
the
it may
avenger
be
of the
well
blood
with thee.
pursue the slayer while his heart is hot, and
now
overtake
is not
him,
Boaz
because
of
the
our
way is long,
kindred, with
and
whose
slay him,
maidens thou wast?
whereas he was not
Behold,
worthy of death,
he winnoweth
inasmuch as he
barley
hated
tonight
him not
in
in
the
time
threshing
past.
floor. Wash
Wherefore
thyself,
I command thee,
and
saying,
anoint thee,
Thou shalt
and put
separate
thy
3
raiment upon
cities
thee,
for thee.
and get thee
And if
down
the
to the
Lord thy
floor.
God enlarge thy
But make not
coast,
thyself
as he
known
hath
unto the
sworn
man
unto thy fathers,
until he shall
and give
have
thee
done
all the
eating
land
and
which he
drinking.
promised to give unto thy
And
fathers.
it shall be,
If thou shalt
when he
keep all
lieth
these
down,
commandments to do
that
them,
thou
which I
shalt
command
mark the
thee this
place where
day,
he shall
to
lie,
love the Lord thy
and
God,
thou
and
shalt
to
go
walk
in
ever
and
in his
uncover his
ways,
feet,
then
and
shalt
lay
thou
thee
add
down,
3 cities more
and
for for
he
thee
will tell
beside
thee
these
what thou
three,
shalt do.
that innocent blood be
And
not
she
shed
said
in thy
unto
land,
her,
which the Lord thy
All that thou
God giveth thee
sayest
for
unto
an
me, I will
inheritance,
do.
and so
And she
blood
went
be
down
upon
unto
thee.
the floor, and did according to all that
But
her
if any
mother-in-law
man
bade
hate
her.
his neighbor and lie in wait
And when
for him and
Boaz had
rise
eaten
up
and
against
drunk,
him
and
and
his heart
smite
was
him
merry,
mortally that he
he
die,
went to lie
and
down at
fleeth
the
into
end
one
of
of
the
these
heap of
cities,
corn,
Then
And
the
she
elders
came
of his
softly
city shall
and
send
uncovered
and
his
fetch him
feet,
thence,
and
and
laid her
deliver him
down.
into the hand of the
And
avenger
it
of
came
blood,
to pass
that
at
he may
midnight
die.
that the man was afraid
Thine eye
and
shall
turned
not
himself.
pity him,
And
but thou
behold,
shalt
a woman
put away
lay
the
at
guilt
his
of
feet.
innocent blood from
And he
Israel,
said,
that it may go
Who
well
art
with
thou?
thee.
And she answered,
Thou shalt
I
not
am
remove
Ruth,
thy
thine
neighbor's
handmaid.
landmark, which they of
Spread
old
therefore
time
thy
have set in
skirt
thine
over thine
inheritance,
handmaid,
which thou
for
shalt
thou art
inherit
a
in
near
the land that
kinsman.
the Lord thy God
And
giveth
he
thee to
said,
possess it.
Blessed be thou
One
of the
witness
Lord,
shall
my
not
daughter,
rise up against
for
a
thou
man
hast
for any
showed
iniquity
more
or for any
kindness in the
sin,
latter
in any
end
sin that
than
he
at the
sinneth.
beginning.
At the mouth of
Inasmuch
two
as thou
witnesses,
followest
or at the
not
mouth
young
of
men,
three
whether
witnesses,
poor or
shall the
rich.
matter be established.
And now, my daughter,
If a
fear
false
not.
witness rise up
I will
against
do
any
to
man
thee
to
all that
testify
thou
against him
requirest.
that which is wrong,
For all the city
then
of my
both the
people
men
doth
between
know
whom
that
the
thou art a
controversy
virtuous
is
woman.
shall stand before the
And
Lord,
now
before
it
the
is
priests
true
and the
that
judges,
I am
which
thy
shall
near
be in those
kinsman.
days. And the
Howbeit
judges
there is
shall
a
make
kinsman
diligent
nearer than I.
inquisition. And behold,
Tarry this
if the
night,
witness
and it
be a
shall be in
false
the morning,
witness, and
that
have
if he
testified
will
falsely
perform
against
unto
his
thee the
brother,
part of a kinsman,
then shall you do
well,
unto him as he
let
thought to
him do
have
the
done unto
kinsman's
his
part.
brother.
But
So
if he
shalt
will
thou
not
put
do
the
the part of a
evil away
kinsman to
from
thee,
among you,
then
and
will I
those
do
which
the part of a
remain shall
kinsman to
hear
thee,
and
as the
fear,
Lord liveth.
and shall henceforth
Lie
commit
down
no more
until
any
the
such
morning.
evil among you.
and she
And
lay
thine
at
eye
his feet
shall not
until the
pity,
morning.
but life
And
shall
she
go for
rose up
life. Thou
before
goest
him
out to
for
battle
another.
against thine enemies,
And
hand
he
for
said,
horses and chariots,
Let
and a
it not
people
be
more
known
than
that a
thou.
woman came
Be
into
not
the
afraid
floor.
of them.
Also
For the
he
Lord thy
said,
God is with
Bring
thee,
the veil
which
that
brought
thou
thee up
hast
out of the
upon thee,
land of Egypt.
and hold it.
And it shall be,
And when she
you
held
are
it, he
come nigh
measured
unto the
6
battle, that
measures
the
of
priest
barley,
shall approach and
and
speak
laid it
unto
on
the
her.
people,
And
and
she
shall
went
say
into
unto
the
them,
city.
Hear, O
And
Israel,
when she came to her
ye
mother-in-law, she
approach
said,
this day unto
Who
battle
art thou,
against
my
your
daughter?
enemies. Let
and she
not your
told her
hearts
all
faint.
that the man
Fear
had
not,
done to her.
and do not tremble.
she said,
neither be
These
ye
6 measures of
terrified
barley
because
gave he
of
me,
them.
for he said to
For
me,
the Lord your
Go
God
not
is
empty
he that
unto thy
goeth with
mother-in-law.
you to fight
said
for you
she,
against your enemies,
Sit still,
to
my
save
daughter,
you.
Chapter
until thou
4.
know how the
and
matter
the
will
officer
fall.
shall
And the word
speak
of
unto
Samuel
the
For the
people,
man will
saying,
not
all
be in
Israel.
What
rest
man is there
until
that
Now
he hath
Israel
the
went
finished
out
house and
against
hath
the
not
Philistines to
dedicated?
battle,
Let
and
him go
pitched
and
beside
return to his
Ebenezer.
house,
And
lest
the
he die in
Philistines
the
pitched
battle,
in Aphek.
and another man
And the
dedicated.
Philistines put themselves
And
in
what
array
man is
against
he that
Israel.
hath planted a
And when they
vineyard
joined
and
battle,
hath not yet
Israel
eaten of
was
it?
smitten before the
Let him
Philistines.
also go and
they
return
slew
unto
of the
his
army
house,
in the field
lest he
about
die in the
4,000
battle, and
men.
another man eat of it.
And when the people were
And
come
what
into the
man
camp,
is there
the
that
elders
hath
of Israel
betrothed a
said,
wife, and hath not taken
Wherefore
her?
hath
Let
the
him
Lord
go and
smitten
return
us
unto his
to be
house,
before
lest
the
he die in the
Philistines?
battle,
Let
and
us
another man
fetch
take
the ark
her.
of the covenant of the Lord
And
out
the
of
officer
Shiloh
shall
unto
speak
us,
further unto
that
the
when
people,
it cometh
and they
among
shall
us,
say,
it may save us
What
out
man
of the
is
hand
there
of
that
our
is
enemies.
fearful and faint-hearted?
So
Let
the
him
people
go
sent to
and
Shiloh,
return unto his
that they
house,
might bring from
lest
thence
his
the ark of
brethren's
the
heart
covenant of
faint
the
as
Lord
well
of
as his
hosts,
heart.
which dwelleth between the cherubim.
And it shall be,
And
when
the two
the
sons of
officers have
Eli,
made an end of
Hophni and
speaking unto
Phinehas,
the people,
were there
that
with
they
the
shall
ark
make
of the covenant
captains
of
of the
God.
armies to lead the people.
And when the ark of the covenant of the Lord
When
came
thou
into the
comest
camp,
nigh unto a
all
city
Israel
to fight
shouted with
against
a
it,
great shout,
then
so
proclaim
that the
peace
earth
unto
rang
it.
again.
And it shall be,
And when the
if it
Philistines
make
heard
thee
the
answer
noise of the
peace
shout,
and
they
open
said,
unto thee,
What
then
meaneth
it
the noise
shall
of this
be
great
that
shout
all
in
the
the camp of
people
the
that is found
Hebrews?
therein shall be
And they
tributaries
understood that the
unto
ark
thee,
of the
and
Lord
they
was
shall
come
serve
into the
thee.
camp.
And if it will
And
make
the
no
Philistines
peace
were
with thee,
afraid,
but will
for they
make
said,
war against thee,
God is come into the
then thou
camp.
shalt besiege it.
And they said,
And when the Lord
Woe
thy God
unto
hath
us,
delivered it
for there
into
hath
thine
not been
hands,
such a
thou
thing
shalt smite
heretofore.
every male thereof
Woe
with the
unto
edge of the
us!
sword.
Who shall deliver us out of
But
the hand of
women
these
and the
mighty
little
gods?
ones and the cattle and
These
all
are the
that is in
gods
the
that
city,
smote the
even all the
Egyptians with
spoil
all the
thereof,
plagues in the
shalt thou
wilderness.
take unto thyself.
Be
and thou
strong
shalt
and
eat
quit
the spoil
yourselves
of
like
thine
men, O
enemies,
ye
which the Lord
Philistines,
thy God
that
hath
ye
given
be
thee.
not servants unto the
Thus
Hebrews
shalt
as they
thou
have
do
been
unto
to you.
all the cities which are
Quit
very far off
yourselves
from
like
thee,
men and
which are not of the
fight.
cities of these nations.
And the Philistines
But
fought,
of
and
the cities
Israel
of
was
these
smitten,
people
and they
which the
fled
Lord
every
thy
man
God
to
doth
his
give
tent.
thee for an inheritance,
And there was a very
thou
great
shalt
slaughter,
save
for there
alive
fell of
nothing
Israel
that breatheth.
30,000 footmen.
But thou shalt utterly
And the ark
destroy
of God
them,
was taken,
namely the
and the two
Hittites,
sons
and
of
the
Eli,
Amorites,
Hophni,
the
and
Canaanites,
Phinehas were
and the
slain.
Perizzites, the Hivites, and the
And there
Jebusites,
ran a man of
as the
Benjamin
Lord
out of the
thy
army,
God
and came
hath
to
commanded
Shiloh the
thee,
same day with his
that they
clothes
teach you
rent
not to
and
do
with
after
earth
all
upon his
their
head.
abominations
And when
which
he
they have
came,
done
lo,
unto their
Eli
gods,
sat upon a seat
so should
by
ye
the
sin
wayside
against
watching.
the Lord your God.
For his heart trembled for the
When
ark
thou
of
shalt
God.
besiege a city
And
a
when the man
long
came
time,
into the
and
city
making war
and told
against it to take
all
it,
the city
thou
cried
shalt
out.
not destroy the
And when
trees
Eli heard the
thereof
noise
by
of the
forcing
crying,
an
he
axe
said,
against them. For thou
What
mayest eat
meaneth
of
the
them, and thou
noise
shalt
of
not
this
cut them down.
tumult?
For the tree of the field is man's
And the man
life,
came in
to
hastily and
employ
told
them
Eli.
in the siege.
Now Eli was
Only
90
the
and 8
trees
years
which
old,
thou
and
knowest
his
that
eyes
they
were
be
dim
not
that he
trees
could
for
not see.
meat, thou shalt
And the man
destroy
said
and cut
unto
them
Eli,
down. And thou
I
shalt
am he
build
that came out of
bulwarks
the army,
against the city that
and I
maketh
fled
war
today out
with
of
thee
the
until
army.
it be subdued.
And he said,
What is there done, my son?
And the messenger answered and said,
Israel is fled before the Philistines, and there hath been also a great slaughter among the people. And thy 2 sons also, Hophni and Phinehas, are dead, and the ark of God is taken.
And it came to pass, when he made mention of the ark of 21, that he fell from off the seat
If one be
backward by
found
the side of
slain
the
in the
gate,
land
and
which
his
the
neck
Lord
brake,
thy
and he
God
died.
giveth thee to possess
For
it,
he was an old
lying
man
in
and
the
heavy,
field, and
and
it
he
be
had
not
judged
known who
Israel
hath
40
slain
years.
him, then thy
And his
elders and thy
daughter-in-law,
judges shall
Phinehas'
come
wife,
forth,
was with
and they shall
child, near
measure
to be
unto the
delivered.
cities which are
And when
round
she
about
heard the
him that is
tidings that
slain,
the ark of God
and it
was
shall
taken,
be
and that
the
her
city which
father-in-law
is
and her
next
husband
unto
were
the
dead,
slain man,
she
even
bowed
the
herself
elders
and
of that
travailed.
city shall take
First
an heifer
Samuel came
which
upon
have
her
not been
5.
wrought with,
And about
and
the
which
time
have
the
not drawn in the
Philistines
yoke.
took the ark of
And
God,
the elders of
sent
that
from
city shall
Ebenezer
bring
unto
down the
Ashdod.
heifer into a rough valley,
When the
which is
Philistines
neither
took the
ear
ark
nor
of God,
stone,
they brought
and
it into
shall
the house
strike off
of
the
Dagon,
heifer's
and
neck
set it,
there in the
neither
valley.
did she regard it.
And the
And when
priests
they have
and
asked
sons of
God,
Levi shall
on the
come
morrow,
near,
saying,
for
Behold,
them the
Dagon
Lord
is
thy
fallen
God
upon
hath
his
chosen
face
to
to earth
minister
before the
unto
ark of
him,
the Lord.
and to bless in the
And they
name
took
of the
Dagon,
Lord.
and the ark of
And by
God was
their
taken,
word
and
shall
because of
every
her, and when they arose
controversy and
early on the
every
morrow
stroke
morning,
be tried.
behold, Dagon was
And all
fallen
the
upon
elders
his
of
face
that
to the
city
ground
that are
before the
next
ark of
unto
the
the
Lord.
slain man shall
And the head of
wash their
Dagon
hands
and both
over
the
the
palms
heifer
of his
that is
hands
beheaded in
were
the
cut
valley.
off upon the threshold.
And they shall
Only
answer
the
and
stump
say,
of Dagon was left to
Our
him.
hands have not shed
Therefore,
this
neither
blood,
the priests of
neither
Dagon,
have
nor
our
any that
eyes
come into
seen
Dagon's
it.
house tread on
Be
the threshold
merciful,
of
O
Dagon
Lord,
and
unto thy
Ashdod
people
unto this day.
Israel, whom thou hast redeemed.
But the hand of the Lord was
And
heavy
lay
upon
not
them of
innocent
Ashdod, and he
blood unto
destroyed
thy
them,
people
and
of
smote them with
Israel's
emerods,
charge.
even Ashdod and the coasts
and the
thereof.
blood shall be
And when the men of
forgiven them.
Ashdod saw that it was
So
so,
shalt
they
thou
said,
put away the guilt
The
of
ark of the
innocent
God of
blood from
Israel
among
shall
you,
not abide
when
with
thou
us,
shalt do
for
that
his
which
hand
is
is
right
sore
in the
upon
sight
us,
of the
and
Lord.
upon Dagon our God.
When thou goest forth
They
to
sent
war
therefore
against
and
thine
gathered
enemies,
all the lords
and the
of the
Lord thy
Philistines
God hath
unto them, and
delivered them
said,
into thine hands,
shall we do with
and
the
thou
ark
hast
of the
taken
God
them
of Israel?
captive, and seest among
And
the
they
captives
answered,
a beautiful woman,
Let the ark
and
of the
hast a
God of
desire
Israel
unto
be
her,
carried
that
about
thou
unto
wouldst have
God.
her to thy wife. Then thou
And they
shalt bring
carried
her
the ark
home
of
to
the God
thine
of
house,
Israel about
and
thither.
she shall shave
First,
her
and
head
it was
and
so
pare her
that
nails.
after they had carried
And
it
she
about,
shall put the
the
raiment
hand
of
of the
her
Lord was
captivity
against
from
the
off
city of
her,
the very
and shall
Philistines
remain in
7
thine
months. And he
house, and
smote the
bewail
men of the
her father
Philistines,
and her
small
mother
and
a
great,
full
and the
month.
diviners,
And
emerods
after
in their
that
secret
thou
parts.
shalt go in unto her,
Therefore
and
they
her
sent the
husband,
ark of
and
God
she
to
shall be
Ekron.
thy wife.
And it came
And
to
it shall
pass, as
be,
the
if thou
end they
have
said,
not delighted
came to
her,
Ekron.
then thou shalt let her
They
go
cried
in
out,
peace.
saying,
But thou shalt not sell her at all for money. Thou shalt not make merchandise for her, because thou hast humbled her.
So they sent and gathered
If a man
together
have
all
two
the
wives,
lords of the
one
Philistines,
beloved
and said,
and another
Send away the ark
and
of
they
the
have
God
borne
of
from
Israel,
children,
and
both
let
the
it go
beloved
again to
and
his
the
own
hated.
place, that
And
it
it
slay
shall
us
be
not,
the
and
shall
our
be
people.
hers that was hated.
For there was
Then
a
it shall
deadly
be, when
destruction
he
throughout
maketh
all
his
the
sons
city.
to
The
inherit
hand
that
of
which he
God
hath,
was very heavy.
that he may not make the
And the
son
men
of the
that
beloved
died not were
firstborn
smitten
before
with
the
the
son of the
emerods.
hated.
And the cry of the city went up to heaven.
But he shall acknowledge the son of the hated for the firstborn by giving him a double portion of all that he hath. For he is the beginning of his strength. The right of the firstborn is his. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastened him will not hearken unto them, then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him, and bring him out unto the elders of his city, and unto the gate of his place, and they shall say unto the elders of his city,
This our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard.
and all the men of his city shall stone him with stones, that he die. So shalt thou put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear. And if a man have committed a sin worthy of death, and he be to be put to death, and thou hang him on a tree, his body shall not remain all night upon the tree, but thou shalt in any wise bury him that day. For he that is hanged is accursed of God, that thy land be not defiled, which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance.
His own coast to Bethshemesh. Then he hath done us this great evil. But if not, then we shall know that it is not his hand that smote us. It was a chance that happened to us.
Deuteronomy chapter 22. And the men did so. and took 2 milch kine,
Thou shalt not
and tied
see
them
thy
to the
brother's
cart,
ox or
and
his
shut
sheep
up their
go
calves
astray,
at home.
and hide thyself from
And
them.
they laid the ark
Thou
of the
shalt
Lord
in
upon
any
the cart,
case bring
and the
them again
coffer with
unto
the
thy
mice
brother.
of gold and the
And if thy
images of their
brother be not
emerods.
nigh unto thee,
And the kine
or
took
if
the
thou know
straight
him
way
not,
to the way of
then
Bethshemesh,
thou shalt bring
and
it
went
unto
along
thine
the
own
highway,
house,
lowing
and it
as
shall
they
be
went,
with thee
and
until thy
turned not
brother seek
aside
after
to the
it,
right hand or
and
to
thou
the
shalt
left.
restore it to him
And the
again.
lords of the Philistines
In
went
like
after
manner
them unto the border
shalt
of
thou do
Bethshemesh.
with his ass,
And
so
they of
shalt thou do
Bethshemesh
with his
were
raiment,
reaping their
and with
wheat harvest
all
in the
lost
valley.
thing of
And
thy
they lifted up
brothers,
their eyes
which
and
he
saw
hath
the
lost,
ark and
and
rejoiced
thou
to
hast
see it.
found. Shalt
And the
thou
cart
do
came into the
likewise.
field of
Thou
Joshua,
mayest
a
not hide
Bethshemite,
thyself.
and stood there, where
Thou
there was a
shalt not
great
see
stone.
thy brother's ass
And they
or his
clave
ox
the wood
fall
of the
down
cart
by
and
the
offered
way,
the
and hide
kine of burnt
thyself from
offering
them.
unto the Lord.
Thou shalt surely
And the
help him to
Levites
lift
took
them
down
up
the ark
again.
of the Lord, and the coffer that
The
was with
woman
it,
shall not
wherein the
wear
jewels
that
of
which
gold
pertaineth
were,
unto a
and
man.
put them on the great
Neither shall a
stone.
man put on a
And the
woman's
men of
garment,
Bethshemesh
for all
offered
that
burnt
do
offerings
so are
and sacrificed
abomination unto the
sacrifices
Lord
the
thy
same
God.
day unto the Lord.
If a bird's nest
And when the 5
chance to
lords
be
of the
before thee
Philistines
in
had
the
seen
way
it,
in any
they
tree,
returned to
or on
Ekron
the
the same
ground,
day.
whether they be young
And
ones
these
or
are the
eggs,
golden
and the
emerods
dam
which the
sitting upon the
Philistines
young,
returned
or
for a
upon the
trespass
eggs,
offering
thou
unto the
shalt
Lord.
not take the dam
For
with the young.
Ashdod 1, for
But thou
Gaza
shalt
1,
in any wise
for
let the
Askelon
dam go
1,
and take
for
the young
Gath
to thee,
1,
that it
for
may be
Ekron
well with
1.
thee, and that thou mayest
And the
prolong
golden
thy
mice,
days.
according to the
Chapter
number
7.
of all the
When thou
cities of the
buildest a
Philistines,
new
and the men
house,
of belonging to
then thou
Jericho
shalt make
came
a
and
battle
fetched
with
up
the
the ark
ark
of
of
the
the
Lord,
Lord, that
and
thou
brought
bring not
the house
blood
of
upon
Obed
thine
unto the
house,
hill,
if any
and
man
he
fall from
sanctified
their
whereon they
age.
set down the
Thou
ark of
shalt
the
not
Lord,
sow thy
which
vineyard with
stone
divers
remaineth
seed.
unto this day
Bless
in
the
the
fruit
field
of
of
thy
the ark
seed
of
which
Obed
thou
in
hast sown, and the
Kirjath-jearim.
fruit of thy
And
vineyard
he smote the men of Bethshemesh because they had looked into the ark of the house of Israel, and he slaughtered the people
Thou shalt
50,000.
not
And
wear a
Samuel
garment of
spake unto
divers
all the
sorts,
house
as
of
a
Israel,
woman
saying,
linen together.
because the Lord had smitten
Thou
me
shalt
to
make
do
thee
the
fringes
great
upon the
slaughter.
four quarters of thy
And the men
vesture,
of
wherewith thou
Bethshemesh said,
coverest thyself.
Who is able to stand before this
If
holy
any
Lord
man take a
God?
wife,
And
and go
who
in unto
shall
her,
he
and
go up
hate
from
her,
us?
and give
serve
occasions
him
of speech
And they
against
sent
her,
messengers to
and
the
bring
inhabitants
up
of
an evil name
Kirjath-jearim,
upon her,
saying,
and say,
the
I took this
Philistines have
woman,
brought
and when I
again
came
the
to
ark
her,
of
I
the
Then the
found her
children
not
of
a
Israel
maid.
did put
and
away
fetched
Then
it
shall
unto
the
you.
father of the
Ashtaroth,
damsel
and
and her
served the
mother
Lord only.
take and bring forth the
And
tokens
Samuel
of the
said,
damsel's virginity
Gather
unto
all
the elders
Israel
of the
to
city in the
Mizpah,
gate.
and I will
And
pray
the
for
damsel's
you unto
father
the
shall
Lord.
say unto the elders,
And they
I gave
gathered
my
together
daughter
to
unto
Mizpah,
this
and
man
drew
to
water,
wife,
and poured it
and
out
he
before the
hateth her.
Lord, and
lo,
fasted
he
on
hath
that
given
day, and
occasions of
said
speech
there.
against her,
We have
saying,
sinned against
I
the
found
Lord.
not thy daughter a maid.
And
And
Samuel
yet
judged
these are
the
the
children of
tokens of
Israel
my
in
daughter's
Mizpah.
virginity. And they
And when
shall
the
spread the
Philistines
cloth
heard that the
before
children
the
of
elders of the
Israel were
city.
gathered together to Mizpah,
And the elders
the
of that
lords of
city
the
shall take
Philistines
that
went up
man and
against Israel.
chastise him.
And when the children
and
of
they
Israel
shall
heard it,
immerse
they were
him in
afraid of
100
the
shekels of
Philistines.
silver.
And the
give
children
him
of
unto the
Israel said
father
to
of the
Samuel,
damsel,
Cease
because he
not
hath
to cry
brought up
unto
an
the
evil
Lord our
name
God
upon
for
a
us,
virgin of Israel,
that he will save us
and
out
she
of the
shall
hand
be
of the
his wife.
Philistines.
He may not put her
And
away
Samuel
all
took a
his
sucking
days.
lamb, and
But
offered
if
it
this
for a
thing be
burnt
true,
offering holy
and
unto
the
the Lord.
tokens of virginity be
And
not
Samuel
found
cried
for the
unto the
damsel,
Lord for Israel,
then
and the
they
Lord
shall
heard
bring
him.
out the damsel to the
And
door
as Samuel
of her
was
father's
offering
house,
up the burnt
and the
offering,
men of her
the
city shall
Philistines
stone
drew
her with
near to
stones
battle
that
against
she
Israel.
die.
But the
Because
Lord
she hath
thundered
wrought
with a
folly
great
in
thunder
Israel,
on that day
to
upon
play
the
the whore in her
Philistines, and
father's
discomfited
house.
them. And they
So
were
shalt
smitten
thou
before
put
Israel.
evil away from among
And the
you.
men of Israel went out of Mizpah,
If
and
a man
pursued
be
the
found
Philistines,
lying
and
with a
smote them
woman
until they
married to
came
an
under
husband,
Bethkar.
then they shall both
Then
of them
Samuel
die,
took a
both
stone
the
and
man
set
that
it
lay
between
with the
Mizpah
woman
and
the
Shen,
woman.
and
So
called the
shalt
name
thou
of it
put away
Ebenezer,
evil from
saying,
Israel.
Hitherto
If a damsel
hath
that
the
is a
Lord
virgin
helped
be
us.
betrothed unto an husband, and
So
a
the
man find
Philistines
her
were
in the city
subdued.
and lie with
They
her,
came no
then
more
ye
into
shall
the
bring
coast
them
of
both
Israel.
out into the gate of that city.
And the hand of the
and ye
Lord
shall
was
stone
against the
them with
Philistines
stones that
all
they
the
die.
days of Samuel.
The damsel, because she
And the
cried
cities
not,
which the
being in the
Philistines
city,
had taken
and the
from
man,
Israel
because he
were
hath humbled
restored
his
to Israel,
neighbor's wife.
from Ekron even
So
unto
thou
Gath.
shalt put away evil
And
from
the
among
coasts
you.
thereof did Israel
But if
deliver
a man
out of the
find a
hands of the
betrothed
Philistines.
damsel in the field, and the
And there
man
was
force
peace
her and
between
lie with
Israel
her,
and the
then the
Amorites.
man only that
And
lay with
Samuel
her shall
judged
die.
Israel all the
But
days
unto
of
the
Samuel.
damsel thou
Chapter
shalt
7.
do nothing.
And he went from
There
year
is
to
in
year,
the
and the
damsel
men
no
of
sin
Kirjath
when
Jearim
Gilgal
came and
Mizpah.
fetched
For
up
as
the
when a
ark
man
of Israel
riseth
and
against
brought it
his
into the
neighbor
house
and
of
slayeth
Abinadab in the
him,
hill,
even
and
so
returned
this
to
to
Eleazar his son,
For he
there
found
was
her in
his
the
house.
field, and the betrothed
And there
damsel
judged
cried,
Israel,
and there
while
was
the ark
none
of
to
the Lord
save
built
her.
in Kirjath Jearim unto the Lord.
If
But
a
the
man
time was
find a
long,
damsel
for it
that
was
is a
20
virgin
years,
which is not
and
betrothed,
all the house of
and
Israel
lay hold
lamented
on
after
her,
the Lord.
and lie with her,
And Samuel
they be
spake in
found,
Deuteronomy,
then
chapter
the man that
3,
lay with
23.
her shall give
If
unto the
ye do
damsel's
return
father
unto the
50
Lord
shekels
with
of
all
silver,
your
and
heart,
she shall be
then
his wife.
put
Shall
away the
not enter
strange
into the
gods,
congregation
and
of the
not
Lord.
put her away
A
all
bastard
his
shall
days.
not
Prepare
enter
your
into the
hearts unto the
congregation. A
Lord.
man shall not
Even
take his
his
father's wife,
generation,
nor shall he
discover
not
his
give
He will
unto the
deliver you
congregation of
out
the
of the
Lord.
hand of the
An
Philistines.
Ammonite or Moabite shall not
Then
enter
the
into the
children of Israel
congregation
did
of the
put
Lord.
away Baalim and
Even to their
Ashtaroth,
10th
and served the
generation shall
Lord
they
only.
not enter into the
And
congregation of the
Samuel
Lord
said,
forever.
Gather all
Because they
Israel
met you not
to
with
Mizpah,
bread and with
and I
water
will
in the
pray
way
for you
when ye
unto
came
the
forth
Lord.
out of Egypt, and because
And
they
they
hired
gathered together
against
to
thee
Mizpah
Balaam the
and
son
drew
of
water
Beor
and
of
poured it out
Pethor of
before the Lord,
Mesopotamia,
and
to
fasted
curse
on that
thee.
day, and said there.
Nevertheless,
We
the
have
Lord thy
sinned
God would
against the
not hearken
Lord.
unto Balaam. But the Lord
And
thy
Samuel
God turned
judged
the
the
curse
children of
into
Israel
a
in
blessing
Mizpah.
unto thee, because the Lord
And
thy
when the
God
Philistines
loved thee.
heard that the children of
Thou
Israel were
shalt not
gathered
seek
together
their
to
peace,
Mizpah,
nor their
the lords
prosperity
of the
all thy
Philistines
days
went up
forever.
against Israel. And when the children of
Thou
Israel
shalt
heard
not
it, they were
abhor an
afraid of the
Edomite, for
Philistines.
he is thy brother.
And the
Thou
children of
shalt
Israel
not
said
abhor
to
an
Samuel,
Egyptian, because thou
Cease
wast a
not to
stranger
cry
in
unto the
his
Lord
land.
our God for us,
The children that
that
are
he will
begotten
save
of
us out
them
of the
shall
hand of the
enter into the
Philistines.
congregation of the Lord in their
And
third
Samuel took a
generation.
sucking lamb,
When
and
the
offered
host
it for a
goeth
burnt
forth
offering
against thine
holy unto
enemies,
the Lord.
then keep thee from
And Samuel
every wicked
cried
thing.
unto the Lord for Israel,
If
and the
there be
Lord
among
heard
you
him.
any man that is
And
not
as Samuel
clean by
was
reason
offering
of
up the burnt
uncleanness,
offering,
that chanceth
the
him by
Philistines
night,
drew near
then
to
shall
battle
he
against
go
Israel.
abroad out of the camp.
But the Lord
He
thundered
shall
with a
not
great
come
thunder
within
on
the
that
camp.
day upon the
But it shall
Philistines,
be when
and discomfited
evening cometh
them,
on,
and they were
he shall
smitten
wash
before
himself
Israel.
with water.
And the
when
men
the
of
sun
Israel
is
went out
down,
of Mizpah,
he shall
and
come into
pursued the
camp
Philistines,
again.
and smote them until they
Thou
came
shalt
under
have a place
Bethkar.
also without the camp,
Then
whither
Samuel
thou
took a
shalt go
stone and
forth
set it
abroad,
between Mizpah
and thou
and
shalt
Shen,
have a paddle
and
upon
called
thy
the name
weapon.
of it
And it
Ebenezer,
shall be,
saying,
when thou wilt
Hitherto
ease thyself
hath the
abroad,
Lord
thou
helped
shalt
us.
dig therewith, and shalt
So
turn
the
back and
Philistines were
cover that
subdued.
which cometh from
They
thee.
came no more into the
For
coast
the
of
Lord
Israel.
thy God walketh in the midst
And the
of thy
hand of the
camp
Lord
to
was
deliver
against the
thee and to give up
Philistines
thine
all the
enemies
days of
before
Samuel.
thee. Therefore
And the
shall thy
cities
camp
which
be
the
holy,
Philistines had
that he
taken
see
from
no
Israel were
unclean
restored
thing
to
in thee,
Israel,
and turn
from
away
Ekron
thee.
even unto Gath.
Thou shalt
And the
not
coasts
deliver unto
thereof
his
did
master
Israel
the
deliver
servant
out of
which
the
is
hands of
escaped
the
from his
Philistines.
master unto thee.
And there
He
was
shall
peace
dwell
between
with thee,
Israel
even
and
among
the
you
Amorites.
in that place which he
And
shall
Samuel
choose
judged
in one of thy
Israel
gates,
all the days
where
of
it
his
liketh
life.
him best.
And
Thou
he went
shalt
from
not
year to
oppress
year
him.
in circuit to Bethel
There
and
shall be no
Gilgal and
whore
Mizpah,
of the
and
daughters
judged
of Israel,
in all
nor a
those places.
sodomite of the sons of Israel.
And his return was to
Thou
Ramah,
shalt not bring
for
the
there
hire
was his
of a
house.
whore or the price of a
And
dog
there he
into
judged
the house
Israel,
of the Lord thy God for
and there
any
he built
vow.
an altar unto
For
the Lord.
even both these are abomination unto the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother, usury of money, usury of
1
victuals,
Samuel,
usury
chapter
of
9.
anything that is lent upon usury.
Now there was a man of Benjamin
Unto a
whose name was
stranger thou
Kish,
mayest lend
the son of
upon
Abiel,
usury,
the son of
but unto thy
Zeror,
brother
the
thou
son of
shalt not
Bechorath,
lend upon
the son of
usury, that
Aphiah,
the Lord
a
thy
Benjamite,
God
a
may
mighty
bless
man
thee
of
in all
power.
that thou
And
settest
he had
thine
a son
hand
whose
to
name
in the
was
land
Saul,
whither thou
a
goest
choice
to
young
possess
man
it.
and a goodly.
When thou
And there
shalt
was not
vow
among
a
the
vow
children
unto
of
the
Israel
Lord thy God,
a goodlier
thou
person
shalt
than he.
not slack to
From
pay
his
it,
shoulders and
for the
upward he
Lord
was
thy
higher
God
than
will
any of the
surely
people.
require it of thee,
And the
it would
asses
be
of
sin
Kish
in
Saul's
thee.
father were lost.
But if
and
thou shalt
Kish said to
forbear to
Saul
vow,
his son,
it shall be
Take
no
now
sin
one
in
of the
thee.
servants with thee, and arise,
That which
go
is
seek
gone
the
out of
asses.
thy lips thou shalt keep
And he
perform,
passed through Mount
even
Ephraim,
a free will
and passed
offering,
through the land
according
of
as thou
Shalisha.
hast
But they
vowed unto
found
the
them
Lord
not.
thy God.
Then
which
they
thou
passed
hast
through the land of
promised with thy
Shalom,
mouth.
and there they were not.
When thou
And he
comest
passed through
into
the
thy
land of the
neighbor's
Benjamites,
vineyard,
but they
then thou
found them
mayest
not.
eat grapes thy fill
And when
at
they were
thine
come
own
to the land
pleasure,
of Zuph,
but thou
Saul
shalt
said to
not
his
put
servant
any in
that was
thy
with
vessel.
him,
Come,
When
and
thou
let us
comest
return,
into the
lest my
standing
father
corn
leave
of thy
caring for
neighbor,
the asses
then
and
thou
take
mayest
thought for
pluck
us.
the ears with thine hand.
And he
but
said
thou
unto
shalt
him,
not move a sickle
Behold
unto
now,
thy neighbor's
there is
standing
in
corn.
this city a man of God,
Deuteronomy,
and he is an
chapter
honorable
24.
man. All that he saith
When a
cometh
man
surely
hath
to
taken
pass.
a wife and married
Now
her,
let us go
and it
thither.
come to pass that
Peradventure
she
he can
find
show
no
us our way
favor in
that we
his
should go.
eyes, because he hath found some
Then said
uncleanness
Saul
in
to
her,
his servant,
then let him write her
But
a bill
behold,
of divorcement,
if we go,
and give
what
it in
shall
her
we bring
hand,
the
and
man?
send her out of
For
his
the bread is
house.
spent in our
And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife. And if the latter husband hate her, and write her a bill of divorcement,
Behold,
and giveth it in her hand, and sendeth her out of his house, or if the latter husband die, which took her to be his wife, her former husband, which sent her away,
when a
may
man
not
went
take
to
her
inquire
again
of
to
God,
be his
thus he
wife,
spake,
after that she is defiled.
Come, and let us go to the
For
seer.
that is abomination
For he
before
that is
the
now
Lord.
called a
And thou
prophet
shalt
was
not
beforetime
cause the land
called a
to
seer.
sin, which the Lord thy
Then
God
Saul
giveth
said
thee
to his
for an
servant,
inheritance.
Well said.
When a man hath taken
Come,
a new wife,
let us go.
he shall not go out to war.
So they went
neither
unto the
shall
city
he be
where the man
charged
of God
with any
was.
business.
And
But
as
he
they
shall
went
be
up the
free
hill
at
to the
home
city,
1
they
year,
found young
and shall
maidens
cheer
going
up
out
his
to draw
wife which he
water,
hath
and said
taken.
unto them,
No
the
man
seer
shall
here?
take the nether or the upper
And they
millstone
answered them
to
and said,
pledge. For he taketh a man's life to pledge.
He is before you.
If a man be found stealing any of his brethren of the children of Israel, and maketh merchandise of him or selleth him, then that thief shall die, and thou shalt put evil away from among you. Take heed in the plague of leprosy, that thou observe diligently and do according to all that the priests, the Levites, shall teach you, as I commanded them, so ye shall observe to do. Remember what the Lord thy God did unto Miriam by the way, after that you were
and when they were come into the city, behold, Samuel came out against them, for to go up to the high place.
Not go into his house to
now the
fetch
Lord
his
had
pledge.
told Samuel in his
Thou shalt
ear
stand
a day before
abroad, and the
Saul
man to
came,
whom
saying,
thou dost lend
Tomorrow,
shall bring out
about
the
this
pledge
time,
abroad
I will
unto
send
thee.
thee a man out of the
And
land
if the
of
man be
Benjamin,
poor, thou shalt
and thou
not
shalt
sleep
anoint
with
him
his
to be
pledge.
captain over my people
In any case,
Israel,
thou shalt deliver him
that
the
he may
pledge
save
again
my
when the
people
sun
out
goeth
of the
down,
hand
that
of
he
the
may sleep in his
Philistines.
own raiment
For I have
and
looked
bless
upon
thee.
my people,
And it shall be
because their cry
righteousness
is come
unto
unto
thee
me.
before the Lord thy God.
And when Samuel saw Saul,
Thou shalt
the
not
Lord
oppress
said
an
unto him,
hired servant that is poor
Behold
and
the
needy,
man whom I speak
whether
to
he be
thee
of thy
of.
brethren or of thy
This
strangers
same
that are in
shall
thy
reign
land
over
within
my
thy
people.
gates. At his day
Then
thou
Saul
shalt
drew
give
near
him
to
his
Samuel
hire.
in the gate, and
Neither
said,
shall the sun go
Tell
down
me, I
upon
pray
it,
thee, where
for
the
he
seer's
is
house
poor and
is.
setteth his heart upon it.
And
Lest he
Samuel
cry
answered
against thee
Saul
unto
and
the
said,
Lord, and it
I
be
am
sin
the
unto
seer.
thee.
Go up
The
before me
father
unto
shall
the
not
high
be put to
place,
death for the
for
children,
ye shall eat with me
neither shall
today,
the children
and
be put to
tomorrow
death for the
I will
fathers.
let thee go.
Every man shall
and
be
will
put
tell
to death
thee
for his
all
own
that is
sin.
in thine heart.
Thou
And as
shalt
for
not
thine
pervert
asses
the
that were
judgment of
lost
the
3
stranger,
days
nor
ago,
of the fatherless,
set
nor
not
take a
thy
widow's
mind on
raiment to
them,
pledge.
for they are
But
found.
thou shalt remember that
And on
thou wast a
whom is all
bondman
the
in
desire
Egypt,
of Israel?
and the Lord thy God
Is it
redeemed
not on
thee
thee,
thence.
and on
Therefore
all
I
thy
command
father's
thee
house?
to do this thing.
And Saul answered
When thou
and
cuttest
said,
down thine harvest
Am not
in
I
thy
a
field,
Benjamite,
and hast
of the
forgot a
smallest
sheep in
of the
the
tribes
field,
of Israel?
thou shalt not
And my
go
family
again
the
to fetch
least
it.
of all
It
the
shall be
families
for
of
the
the tribe of
stranger, for the
Benjamin.
fatherless, and for the widow.
Wherefore then
that the
speakest
Lord
thou
thy
so to
God
me?
may bless thee in all the work
And
of
Samuel
thine hands.
took Saul and his servant,
When thou
and brought
beatest
them into
thine
the
olive
parlor,
tree,
and
thou
made them
shalt
sit in
not
the
go over
chiefest
the
place
boughs
among
again.
them that were bidden,
It shall be
which
for the
were about 30
stranger, for the
persons.
fatherless, and for the widow.
And Samuel said unto
When
the
thou
cook,
gatherest the grapes of
Bring
thy
the
vineyard,
portion which
thou
I
shalt
gave
not
thee,
glean it
which
afterward.
I said unto
It
thee,
shall be for the
set it by
stranger, for the
thee.
fatherless, and for the widow.
And the cook took up
And
the
thou shalt
shoulder,
remember
and that which was
that thou
upon it,
wast
and
a
set it
bondman
before
in the
Saul.
land of
And
Egypt.
Samuel said,
Therefore
Behold
I command
that which
thee
is left.
to do this thing.
Set it before thee, and eat. For unto this time hath it been
Deuteronomy,
kept for thee,
chapter
since I
25.
said, I have invited the people.
If there be a controversy between
So
men,
Saul did eat
and they
with
come
Samuel
into
that
judgment,
day. First
that the
Samuel,
judges
and
may
when they were
judge
come
them,
down from the
then they
high
shall
place into the
justify
sand,
the righteous
Samuel
to condemn
vial
the
of
wicked.
oil and poured it
And
upon
it shall
his
be
head,
if
and
the
kissed
wicked
him,
man
and
be
said, and
worthy
they
to be
arose
beaten,
early,
Is
and
it
it came
the
not
to
judge
pass
shall
because the
cause
Lord
him
hath
to lie
anointed
down
thee
and to
to
be
be
beaten
Samuel
before
called
his
Saul
face
to the top
according
of
to
the
his
house,
fault,
saying,
by a
When
certain
thou art
number.
that I may send
40
thee
stripes
away,
he may give him,
then
and not exceed.
thou shalt
And
find
Lest if
Saul
he
arose,
should exceed,
and they
and
went
be
out
him
both of
above
them,
these
he
with
and the
many
sword
stripes,
abroad.
Benjamin.
then thy
And as
brother
they were
shall
going
seem
down to the
vile
end
They
of
unto
will
the
thee.
say
city,
unto thee,
Samuel said
Thou
to
shalt
Saul,
not muzzle
which
the
thou
ox
bid
when
the
he
servant
treadeth out
pass on
corn,
before
are
us.
found. If
And
brethren
lo,
dwell
and he
together,
passed
and
on.
one of them
hath
die,
left us.
and
Stand thou
perish,
still a while,
and
that
the
I
wife
may
of
show
the dead
thee,
shall not
saying,
marry
God,
without
what
unto
shall
a
I do
stranger.
for my son?
Her husband's brother shall go
Then
in unto
shalt
her,
thou
and
go
take her
on
to him to
forward
wife,
from thence,
and perform
and
the
thou
duty
shalt
of an
come to the
husband's
plain of
brother unto
Tabor.
her.
And there shall
And
meet
it shall
thee
be
3
that the
men
firstborn
going
which
up
she
to
beareth
God
shall
to
succeed
Bethel,
in the name
one
of his
carrying
brother
3
which is
kids,
dead,
and another
that
carrying
his
3
name be
loaves
not
of
put
bread,
out of Israel.
and another carrying a
And if
bottle
the man
of wine.
like not to take his brother's
And they will
wife,
salute thee,
then let his
and give
brother's
thee
wife
2
go up
loaves
to the gate
of
unto
bread,
the elders and
which
say,
thou shalt receive
My
of their
husband's
hands.
brother refuseth to raise
After
up unto
that
his
thou
brother
shalt
a name
come to
in
the hill
Israel.
of God,
He will
where is
not
the garrison
perform
of
the
the
duty
Philistines.
of my
And
husband's
it shall
brother.
come to pass, when
Then
thou
the
art
elders
come
of his
thither
city
to the
shall
city,
call him and speak
that
unto
thou
him.
shalt meet a
And if
company
he
of
stand to
prophets
it and
coming
say,
down from the high place with a psaltery and a tabret.
Then shall his brother's wife come unto him in the presence of the elders, and loose his shoe from off his foot, and spit in his face, and shall answer and say,
So shall it be done unto that man that will not build up his brother's house.
And let it be, when these signs
and his name shall be called in Israel, the house of him that hath his shoe loosed.
For God is with thee.
When men strive together one with another, and the wife of the one draweth near for to deliver her husband out of the hand of him that smiteth him, and putteth forth her hand, and taketh him by the secret,
7 days shalt thou tarry, till I come to thee,
shall not pity
and show thee what thou shalt do.
Thou shalt not have in thy bag divers weights.
And it was so that when he had turned his back to go from Samuel,
in thine house
God
divers
gave him another
measures,
heart,
a great and a small.
And all those signs
But thou
came
shalt
to
have a
pass
perfect
that day.
and just weight. A
And
perfect
when they
and
came
just
thither to
measure
the hill,
shalt thou have.
behold, a company of prophets
that thy
met
days
him,
may be
and the Spirit
lengthened
of
in the
God
land
came
which the
upon him,
Lord
and he
thy God
prophesied
giveth
among
thee.
them.
For all that
And
do
it came
such
to pass,
things, and
when
all that do
knew him
unrighteously
beforetime
are an
saw that,
abomination
behold,
unto
he
the Lord thy
prophesied
God.
among the prophets, then the
Remember
people
what
said to one
Amalek
another,
did unto thee by the
What
way,
is this
when
that
ye
is
came
come unto
forth
the
out
son
of
of
Egypt?
Kish?
How
Is
he
Saul
met thee by
also
the
among
way,
the
and smote
prophets?
the hindmost of thee,
And one of
even
the
all
same
that were
place
feeble
answered and
behind
said,
thee, when
But
thou
who is
wast
their
faint
father?
and weary, and he feared not
Therefore
God.
it became a proverb,
Therefore
Is
it shall
Saul
be,
also
when the
among the
Lord thy
prophets?
God hath given thee rest from all
And
thine
when he had
enemies
made
round
an end
about,
of
in the
prophesying,
land which
he
the
came
Lord
to the
thy
high
God
place.
giveth thee for an
And
inheritance
Saul's
to
uncle
possess
said
it,
unto him
that
and to
thou
his
shalt
servant,
blot out the remembrance
Whither
of
went
Amalek
ye?
from under heaven.
And he
thou
said,
shalt not forget
To
it.
seek the asses. And when we saw that they were nowhere, we came to Samuel.
And Saul's uncle said,
Tell me, I pray thee, what Samuel said unto you.
And Saul said unto his uncle,
He told us plainly that the asses were found.
But of the matter of the kingdom whereof Samuel spake, he told him not. 26. And Samuel called the people
And it shall
together
be,
unto the
when thou
Lord to
art
Mizpah,
come in unto the
and said
land
unto the
which the
children
Lord
of
thy
Israel,
God giveth thee for an
Thus
inheritance,
saith the Lord
and
God
possessest
of
it,
Israel,
and dwellest therein,
I brought up
that
Israel
thou shalt
out
take
of
of the
Egypt,
first of all
and
the
delivered
fruit
you
of the
out
earth,
of the hand
which
of
thou
the
shalt
Egyptians,
bring of thy
and
land
out of the
that
hand
the
of
Lord thy
all
God giveth
kingdoms,
thee,
and of
shalt
them
put
that
it in a
oppressed
basket,
you.
and shalt go
And
unto
ye
the
have
place
this
which
day
the Lord thy
rejected your
God shall
God,
choose to
who
place his
himself
name there.
saved you out
And thou
of all
shalt
your
go unto the
adversities
priest
and your
that shall be in
tribulations,
those days,
and ye have
and
said
say
unto him, Nay,
I
but
profess
set
this
a
day
king
unto the
over
Lord
us.
thy God, that
Now,
I am come
therefore,
unto the
present
country which
yourselves
the
before
Lord
the Lord
sware
by your
unto our
tribes and
fathers
by
for
your
to give
thousands.
us.
And when
And the
Samuel
priest
had
shall take
caused
the
all the
basket out
tribes
of
of
thine
Israel
hand,
to come near,
and set it
the
down
tribe
before
of
the
Benjamin
altar
was
of the
taken.
Lord thy God.
When he had caused the tribe
thou
of
shalt
Benjamin to
speak
come
and
near
say
by their
before the
families,
Lord thy
the
God,
family of Matri
A
was taken.
Syrian ready
And
to
Saul the
perish was
son
my
of Kish
father,
was taken.
and he went down
And when
into
they saw
Egypt,
him, he could
and
not be
sojourned
found.
there with a few,
Therefore
and
they
became there a
inquired of the
nation,
Lord further,
great,
if the man
mighty,
should
and
yet come
populous.
thither.
And
And
the
the Lord
Egyptians
answered,
evil entreated us,
Behold,
and
he
afflicted
hath
us,
hid
and
himself
laid upon
among the
us
stuff.
hard bondage.
And
when
they
we
ran and
cried
fetched
unto
him
the Lord
thence.
God of
And
our
when he stood
fathers,
among the people,
Lord
he was
heard
higher
our
than
voice,
any of the people
and
from his
looked on
shoulders
our
and upward.
affliction, and
And
our
Samuel
labor,
said to
and
all the
our
people,
oppression.
See
And the Lord
him
brought us
whom the
forth
Lord
out of
hath
Egypt
chosen,
with a mighty
that there
hand,
is none
and with
like
an
him among
outstretched
all the
arm,
people.
and with great terribleness,
And
and
all
with
the people
signs
shouted
and with
and said,
wonders.
God save
And
the
he hath
king!
brought us unto this place.
Then
and
Samuel
hath given
told
us
the
this
people the
land,
manner of the kingdom,
even a land
and wrote
that
it in a book,
floweth
and laid it up
milk
before the
and
Lord.
honey.
And Samuel
now,
sent all the people
behold,
away, every man
I
to
have
his
brought
house.
the first fruits of the land, which thou,
And Saul
O Lord,
also
hast
went home to
given
Gibeah,
me.
and there went with him a band
And
of
thou
men
shalt
whose
set it
hearts
before
God
the
had
Lord
touched.
thy God, and worship
But the
before
children
the
of
Lord thy
Belial
God.
said,
And thou shalt rejoice in
How
every
shall
good
this
thing
man
which the
say
Lord thy
this?
God hath given unto thee,
And they
and unto
despised
thine
him,
house,
and brought him
thou
no presents.
and the Levite, and
But
the
he held his
stranger that
peace.
is among you. When thou hast made an end of tithing all the tithes of thine increase the third year, which is the year of tithing, and hast given it unto the Levite, the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow, that they may eat within thy gates and be filled, then thou shalt say before the Lord thy God,
I have
1
brought
Samuel,
away the
chapter
hallowed
11.
things out of mine house.
Then
and also
Nahash
have
the
given
Ammonite
them
came up,
unto the Levite,
and encamped against
and unto
Jabesh
the
Gilead.
stranger,
And all the
to
men
the
of Jabesh
fatherless,
said unto
and to
Nahash,
the widow,
Make a
according
covenant
to
with
all
us,
thy
and
commandments,
we will serve
which
thee.
thou hast commanded me.
And Nahash the
I have
Ammonite
not
answered them,
transgressed thy
On
commandments.
this condition
Neither
will I
have
make
I
a
forgotten
covenant
them.
with you,
I
that I
have not
may
eaten
thrust out
thereof in
all
my
your
mourning.
right eyes,
Neither have
and
I
lay
taken
it
away
for a
aught thereof
reproach
for
upon
any
all
unclean
Israel.
use, nor given aught
And
thereof
the elders
for the
of
dead.
Jabesh said unto him,
But I have hearkened to
Give
the
us
voice
7
of the
days'
Lord my
respite,
God,
that we
and
may
have done
send
according to
messengers
all
unto
that thou
all
hast
Deuteronomy
commanded.
Chapter 27.
And then, look down from thy holy
Moses
habitation
with the elders
from
of
heaven,
Israel commanded
and bless
the
thy
people, saying,
people Israel.
Keep
Then
all
came
the
the messengers
commandments which I
thou hast
command
given
you
us,
this
and told the
day.
As thou
tidings in the ears
swearest
of the
unto
people.
our fathers.
And it
And
shall
all the
be
people
on the
lifted
day
up
that
their
ye shall
voices
pass
and
over
wept.
Jordan
And
unto the land which
behold,
the
Saul
Lord thy
came
God
after the
giveth this
herd out of
day,
the
that
field,
thou shalt set all
thee a
said,
great stone, these statutes which they weave.
And thou shalt write upon them all the words of this law when thou art passed over.
And the Spirit of
Thou
God
hast
came
to
upon
vouch
Saul
the
when he
land
heard
which
those
the Lord
words.
thy God
His anger was kindled greatly. And he took a yoke of oxen and cut them in pieces, and set them throughout all the coasts of Israel by the hands of messengers, saying,
Ye be gone over this day to that ye shall set up peace, which I command you, and that thou shouldest mount all his commandments. And thou shalt plaster
And the fear of the Lord fell on the people, and they came out
there shalt thou build an altar unto the Lord thy God.
And when he numbered them in Bezek, the children of Israel were 300,000, and the men of Judah 30,000.
Thou shalt build the altar of the Lord thy God of whole stones, and thou shalt offer burnt offerings thereon unto the Lord thy God.
Tomorrow by that time the sun be hot, ye shall have
and
help.
shalt eat there, and rejoice before
And
the
the
Lord
messengers
thy
came
God.
and showed it to the men of
And thou
Jabesh,
shalt write
and they were
upon the
glad.
stones all the words
Therefore
of this
the men
law
of Jabesh
very
said,
plainly.
Tomorrow we will
And
come
Moses
out
and
unto
the
you,
priests, the
and
Levites,
ye
spake
shall
unto
do
all
with us
Israel,
all
saying,
that seemeth good
Take
unto
heed
you.
and hearken, O Israel. This
And it
day
was
thou
so
art
on the
become
morrow
the
that
people
Saul
of the
put the
Lord
people
thy
in
God.
3 companies.
Thou shalt
And they
therefore
came into the
obey
midst
the
of the
voice
host
of
in
the
the morning
Lord thy
watch,
God,
and slew
do
the
his
Ammonites until the
commandments
heat
and
of
his
the day.
statutes,
And
which
it
I
came to
command
pass
thee
that
this
they which
day.
remained were scattered, so that
And
2 of them were not
charged the
left
people
together.
the
same day, saying, And the people said unto
These
Samuel,
shall stand
Who is he
upon
that
Mount
said,
Gerizim
Shall
to bless
Saul
the
reign
people
over
when
us?
ye are come over Jordan.
First
Bring the
Samuel,
men that
chapter
we may
12.
put them to
Simeon
death.
and Levi and Judah
Samuel
and
said unto
Issachar
all
and
Israel,
There shall
Joseph,
not a man
and
be put to
Benjamin.
death this day.
I have hearkened
And
unto your
Today
these
voice,
the
shall
Lord hath
stand
brought
upon Mount
salvation
Ebal
in
to
Israel.
and have made a
Reuben,
king.
Gad, and
Then
Asher,
said Samuel
and
to the
Zebulun,
people,
And
Dan,
now
and
behold,
Naphtali.
the king walketh
And the
before you,
Levites
and
shall
renewed. And I am
speak
old
and say
and
unto all
gray-headed,
the men
and
of
behold,
Israel
my
with a
sons
loud
are with
voice,
you.
And there
I
they
have
made
cursed
Saul
before
the
you
man
from my
before the
childhood
Lord.
unto this day.
And there they
An
sacrificed
abomination
sacrifices
unto the
of
Lord.
peace
The
offerings
work of the hands of the
before the Lord.
Lord.
And there
And put
Saul
affairs
and
in a
all the men
secret
of
place.
Israel
Whose ox
rejoiced
have I
greatly.
taken?
And all the people
whose
shall
ass have
answer
I
and
taken?
say,
Or whom have I defrauded? Whom have I oppressed?
Cursed be he that
Or
setteth light
whose
by his
hand have I
father or his
received
mother.
any bribe to
and all
blind
the people
mine
shall
eyes therewith?
say,
And I will restore it you.
And they
Cursed
said,
be he that removeth his neighbor's landmark.
nor oppressed us,
and all the people shall say,
man's hand.
And he said unto them,
Cursed be he that
The
maketh
Lord
the
is
blind
witness
to
against
wander
you,
out of the way.
and his anointed is witness
And
this
all the
day
people shall
that ye
say,
have not found aught in my hand.
Cursed
And
be
they
he
answered,
that perverteth the
He
judgment
is
of the
witness.
stranger, fatherless,
And Samuel
widow.
said unto the people,
and all the
It is
people
the
shall
Lord that
say,
advanced Moses and Aaron, and that brought your fathers up out
Cursed
of the
be he
land of
that
Egypt.
lieth with his father's
Now
wife.
therefore stand
because
still,
he uncovereth
that I may
his
reason with you
father's
before
skirt.
the Lord of all the
And all
righteous
the people
acts of the
shall
Lord,
say,
which he did to you and to your fathers. When
Cursed be
Jacob
he
was
that
come
lieth
into
with
Egypt,
any
and
manner
your
of
fathers
beast.
cried unto the Lord,
And all
then
the
the
people
Lord
shall
sent
say,
Moses and Aaron, which brought forth your fathers out of
Cursed
Egypt,
be he
and
that
made them
lieth with
dwell
his
in
sister,
this place.
the daughter of his father,
And when they
or the
forgat
daughter
the Lord
of his
their
mother.
God, he sold them
And all
into
the
the
people
hand
shall
of
say,
Sisera, captain of the host of Hazor, and into the hand
Cursed
of the
be he that
Philistines,
lieth with his
and into the
mother-in-law.
hand of the king of Moab.
and all the people
And they
shall
fought
say,
against them. And they cried unto the Lord and said,
Cursed be
We
he
have
that
sinned,
smiteth his
because
neighbor
we have
secretly.
forsaken the Lord,
and all
have
the
served
people shall
Baalim
say,
and Asheroth. But now
Cursed
deliver
be
us
he
out
that
of the
taketh
hand of our
reward to
enemies,
slay an
and we
innocent
will
person.
serve thee.
and
And the
all the
Lord
people
sent
shall
Jerubbaal
say,
and Bedan and Jephthah and Samuel. and
Cursed
delivered
be
you out of
he
the
that
hand of your
confirmeth
enemies
not
on
all
every
the
side,
words of this
and ye
law
dwelled
to
safe.
do them.
And when ye
And
saw
all
that
the
Nahash,
people
the king
shall
of the children
say,
of Ammon, came against you, ye said unto me, Nay, but a king shall reign
Deuteronomy,
over us,
chapter
when the Lord your
28.
God was your king.
And it shall come
Now,
to pass,
therefore,
if thou
behold the
shalt
king
hearken
whom ye have
diligently
chosen,
unto the
and
voice
whom
of the
ye
Lord
have
thy
desired,
God, to
and
observe
behold,
and to do
the Lord
all
hath
his
set a king
commandments
over
which I
you.
command thee this
If ye
day,
will fear the
that
Lord,
the Lord
and
thy
serve
God
him,
will set
and obey
thee on
his
high
voice,
above all
and not rebel
nations of
against
the
the
earth.
commandment of the Lord,
And all
then
these blessings
shall both ye
shall come
and also
on
the
thee,
king that
and
reigneth over
overtake
you
thee,
continue
if thou
following the
shalt
Lord
hearken
your
unto
God.
the voice of the Lord
But
thy God.
if ye will not obey the voice of the Lord,
Blessed shalt thou
but
be in
rebel
the city,
against the
and
commandment
blessed
of the
shalt thou
Lord,
be in the field.
then shall the hand of the Lord
Blessed
be
shall be
against
the fruit
you,
of thy
as it
body,
was against
and the fruit
your
of thy
fathers.
ground, and the fruit of thy
Now,
cattle, the
therefore,
increase of thy
stand
kine,
and
and the
see
flocks
this
of thy
great
sheep.
thing, which the
Blessed
Lord
shall
will
be
do
thy
before
basket
your
and thy
eyes.
store.
Is
Blessed
it not
shalt thou
wheat
be when thou
harvest
comest
today?
in,
I will call unto the Lord, and he shall send thunder and rain, that ye may perceive and see that your wickedness is great, which ye have done in the sight of the Lord, in asking you a king.
7 ways. So Samuel called unto the Lord, and the Lord sent thunder and rain that day, and all the people greatly feared the Lord and Samuel. And all the people said unto Samuel,
Pray for thy servants unto the Lord thy God, that we die not,
as he hath sworn
for we
unto
have
thee,
added unto
if
all
thou
our
shalt keep the
sins
commandments
this
of the Lord thy
evil,
God,
to
and
ask
walk
us
in
a
his
king.
ways. And all people of
And
the earth
Samuel
shall see
said
that thou
unto
art
the
called
people,
by the name of the Lord.
Fear not.
And they shall be afraid
Ye have
of
done
thee.
all this wickedness,
And the Lord
yet
shall make
turn
thee
not
plenteous
aside
in
from
goods,
following
in
the
the
Lord,
fruit of thy
but
body,
serve the
and in the
Lord
fruit
with
of
all
thy
your
cattle,
heart,
and in the fruit
and
of thy
turn
ground,
ye not
in the
aside,
land which the
for
Lord
then
sware
should ye
unto thy
go after
fathers to
vain
give thee.
things, which cannot profit
The
nor
Lord shall
deliver, for
open
they
unto
are
thee his
vain.
good treasure,
For the
the
Lord will
heaven
not
to give the
forsake his
rain unto
people
thy
for his
land in
great
his
name's
season,
sake,
and to
because
bless
it hath
all the work
pleased the
of thine
Lord to
hand.
make you
And thou
his
shalt
people.
lend unto many nations,
Moreover,
and
as
thou
for
shalt
me,
not borrow.
God forbid that I should
And
sin
the
against
Lord
the
shall
Lord
make thee the
in
head,
ceasing to
and not
pray
the
for
tail.
you.
And thou
But I
shalt
will
be
teach
above
you
only,
the good
and thou
and the
shalt
right
not
way.
be beneath. If that
Only
thou
fear
hearken
the
unto the
Lord,
commandments
and
of the
serve
Lord
him
thy
in
God,
truth
which
with
I
all your
command
heart.
thee this day,
For
to
consider
observe
how
and
great
to do them.
things he hath done for
And
you.
thou shalt not
But
go
if ye shall
aside from any
still
of the
do
words which
wickedly,
I command thee this
ye
day,
shall be
First
to the
consumed,
right hand
chapter
or to the
13.
left,
and your
to go
king.
after other gods
Saul
to serve
reigned
them.
1 year.
But
And
it
when
shall
he had
come to
reigned 2
pass,
years over
if
Israel,
thou wilt
Saul
not
chose him
hearken unto the voice
3,000
of
men
the
of
Lord thy
Israel,
God,
whereof
to observe
2,000
to
were
do
with
all
Saul
his
in
commandments
Michmash
and his
and in Mount
statutes
Bethel,
which I
and
command thee
1,000
this
were with
day,
Jonathan in
that
Gibeah
all
of
these
Benjamin.
curses shall
And the
come
rest of the
upon
people he
thee
sent
and
every man
overtake
to
thee.
his tent. And Jonathan
Cursed shalt
smote the
thou be in
garrison
the
of the
city,
Philistines that
and
was in
cursed
Geba,
shalt thou be
and
in
the
the
Philistines
field.
heard of it.
Cursed
And
shall
Saul
be
blew
thy
the trumpet
basket and
throughout
thy
all the
store.
land, saying,
Cursed
Let
shall
the
be the fruit
Hebrews
of thy
hear.
body, and the fruit of thy land,
And all Israel
the
heard
increase
say
of thy
that
kine,
Saul
and the
had
flocks
smitten the
of thy
garrison
sheep.
of the Philistines,
Cursed
and that
shalt
Israel
thou be
also
when thou
was
comest
had an
in,
abomination
and
with the
cursed shalt thou be
Philistines.
when thou
And
goest
the people
out.
were called
The
together
Lord
after
shall
Saul
send
to
upon thee
Gilgal.
cursing, vexation,
And the
and
Philistines
rebuke
gathered
in all that
themselves
thou
together to
settest
fight
thine
with
hand
Israel,
unto for to do,
30,000 chariots,
until thou
and
be
6,000
destroyed,
horsemen,
and
and
until
people
thou
as the
perish
sand
quickly,
which is on the seashore
because
in
of the
multitude.
wickedness of thy
And they came
doings,
up and
whereby
pitched in
thou hast
Michmash,
forsaken
eastward
me.
from Bethaven.
The Lord shall make
When the
the
men of Israel
pestilence
saw that
cleave
they were
unto
in a
thee,
strait,
until
the
he
people
have
were
consumed
distressed.
thee from off the
Then
land,
the people did
whither
hide
thou
themselves
goest
in
to
caves
possess
and in
it.
thickets, and in
The
rocks,
Lord
and in
shall
high
smite
places,
thee
and
with a
in pits.
consumption, and with a
And
fever,
some of the
and with
Hebrews
an
went over
inflammation,
Jordan to the land
and
of
with an
Gad and
extreme
Gilead.
burning, and with the
As for
sword,
Saul,
and
he
with
was yet in
blasting, and with
Gilgal, and
mildew,
all the people
and they shall
followed him
pursue thee
trembling.
until thou perish.
And he tarried 7 days,
And thy
according
heaven
to
that
the
is
set
over thy
time
head
that
shall be
Samuel had
brass,
appointed.
and the earth
But
that is
Samuel
under
came
thee
not
shall
to
be
Gilgal,
iron.
and the people were scattered
The
from
Lord
him.
shall make the rain of
And
thy
Saul
land
said,
powder and dust.
Bring hither a burnt offering
From
to
heaven
me,
shall
and
it
peace
come down
offerings.
upon thee, until thou be
And he offered
destroyed.
the burnt offering.
The Lord
And it
shall
came to
cause thee
pass
to be
that
smitten
as soon as
before
he had
thine
made
enemies.
an end of offering
Thou
the burnt
shalt go
offering,
out one way
behold,
against
Samuel
them,
came,
and flee 7
and Saul
ways
went out to
before
meet
them,
him, that he might salute
and shalt
him.
be removed
And
into
Samuel
all the
said,
kingdoms of the earth.
What hast thou done?
And thy carcass shall be
And
meat
Saul
unto
said,
all fowls of the
Because
air,
I saw that the
and
people
unto
were
the
scattered
beasts of the
from me,
earth,
and that thou
and no
camest
man
not
shall
within the
fray
days
them
appointed,
away.
and that the
The
Philistines
Lord
gathered
will
themselves
smite thee
together
with
at
the botch of
Michmash.
Egypt, and with the
Therefore,
emerods,
said I,
and with the scab,
the
and with the
Philistines will
itch,
come down now upon
whereof
me
thou
to
canst
Gilgal,
not be healed.
and I have not made supplication
The
unto
Lord
the
shall
Lord.
smite thee with madness,
I forced
and
myself,
blindness,
therefore,
and
and offered a
astonishment
burnt
of heart.
offering.
And thou shalt
Samuel
grope
said
at
to Saul,
noonday, as the
Thou
blind
hast done
gropeth in
foolishly.
darkness.
Thou
And thou
hast not
shalt
kept
not
the
prosper in
commandment
thy
of the Lord thy
ways,
God,
and thou
which he
shalt be
commanded
only
thee.
oppressed.
For now
and
would the
spoiled
Lord have
evermore,
established
and no
thy
man
kingdom
shall
upon
save
Israel
thee.
forever.
Thou shalt betroth
Now
the
thy
wife,
kingdom shall not
and
continue.
another man shall lie
The Lord
with her.
hath sought him a
Thou
man
shalt
after his
build
own
an
heart,
house,
and the
and
Lord
thou
hath
shalt not
commanded him
therein.
to be captain
Thou
over
shalt
his
plant a
people,
vineyard,
because
and
thou
shalt
hast
not
not
gather
kept
the
that
grapes
which the
thereof.
Lord commanded thee.
Thine ox shall be slain before
And
thine
Samuel
eyes.
arose and
thou
gat him
shalt
up
not
from
eat
Gilgal
thereof.
unto Gibeah of
Thine
Benjamin.
ass shall be
And
violently
Saul
taken away
numbered the
from
people
before
that were
thy
present
face,
with him,
and shall
about
not be
600
restored
men.
to thee. Thy sheep shall
And
be
Saul
given unto
and
thine
Jonathan his
enemies,
son,
and thou
and the
shalt have
people that
none
were
to
present
rescue
with them, abode in Gibeah of Benjamin.
Thy sons and thy
But the
daughters
Philistines
shall be given
encamped in
unto another
Michmash.
people.
And the spoilers came out of the camp of the Philistines in 3 companies. One company turned unto the way that leadeth to Ophrah, unto the land of Shual.
The fruit of thy land,
and another company turned the way to Beth-horon, and another company turned to the way of the border that looketh to the valley of Zeboim toward the wilderness. Now it came to pass on those days that Jonathan the son of Saul of Israel said unto the young man that bare his armor,
The Lord shall smite
the
thee in the
Hebrews
knee,
and let us go over to the Philistines' garrison that is on the other side.
But all the Israelites went down to the Philistines to sharpen every man his share of the most part of his pomegranate tree, which is in Migron. Yet they had a file for the matter with him, and about scissors and pitchforks, and for Ahiah, the son of Ahitub, Ichabod's brother. So it came to pass in the day of the son of Eli, there was neither sword nor spear found in the hand of any of the people that knew Saul and Jonathan was gone. But with Saul and with Jonathan the son of passes, by which Jonathan sought to go over, and the garrison of the Philistines went out. There was a sharp rock on the one side, and a sharp rock on the other side. And the name of one was Bozez, and the name of the other Seneh.
For the worms
the
shall eat them.
forefront of the one was situate northward over against Michmash, and the other southward over against
Gibeah. Thou shalt not anoint thyself with the oil,
and Jonathan said to the young man that bare his armor,
Thou shalt beget sons and daughters,
the garrison of these
but thou shalt not enjoy them,
it may be
for
that
they
the
shall
Lord
go
will
into
work for us.
captivity.
For there is no restraint to the Lord to save by many
land
or by
shall the
few.
locust consume.
And his armor-bearer
The
said
stranger
unto
that is
him,
within thee shall
Do
get up
all
above
that is in
thee
thine
very
heart.
high,
Turn thee.
and thou shalt come
Behold,
down
I am with thee
very
according
low.
to thy heart.
He shall lend to thee,
Then said
and thou shalt
Jonathan,
not lend to him.
Behold,
he shall
we
be
will
the
pass
head,
over unto these
and thou
men,
shalt be
and we
the
will
tail.
discover ourselves unto them.
Moreover,
if they say
all
unto
these
us,
curses shall come
Tarry
upon thee,
until we come
and shall
to
pursue
you,
thee, and
then we will
overtake
stand
thee,
still in our
till
place,
thou be
and
destroyed,
will not go up unto
because
them.
thou hearkenedst
But if
not
they
unto
say
the voice
thus,
of the Lord thy
Come
God,
up unto
to keep
us,
his commandments and
then
his
we will go
statutes,
up.
which he
For the Lord
commanded
hath
thee.
delivered them
And
into
they
our
shall be
hand,
upon thee
and
for
this
a
shall be a
sign,
sign
and for a
unto us.
wonder, and upon thy
and
seed
both of
forever.
them discovered themselves unto the
Because thou
garrison of the
servest
Philistines.
not the Lord thy
And
God
the Philistines
with joyfulness
said,
and with gladness of heart,
the
for
Hebrews
the
come
abundance
forth
of all
out of the
things.
holes where they
Therefore
had
shalt
hid
thou serve thine
themselves.
enemies, which the Lord shall
And the
send
men of
against
the garrison
thee, in
answered
hunger and in
Jonathan and his
thirst,
armor-bearer,
and in
and said,
nakedness, and in
Come
want
up
of
to
all
us,
things.
and we will show
and he
you
shall
a
put
thing.
a yoke of iron upon thy
And
neck,
Jonathan
until
said
he
unto
have
his
destroyed
armor-bearer,
thee.
Come up after me, for the
The
Lord hath
shall bring a
delivered them
nation
into the
against
hand
thee
of
from
Israel.
far from the end of the earth.
And Jonathan
As swift
climbed
as
up
the
upon
eagle
his hands
flieth,
and upon his
a
feet,
nation whose
and his
tongue thou
armor-bearer
shalt not
after him.
understand.
And they fell before
A nation
Jonathan,
of
and
fierce
his armor-bearer
countenance,
slew after
which
him.
shall not regard the
And
person
that
of the
first
old,
slaughter,
nor
which
show favor
Jonathan
to
and
the
his
young.
armor-bearer made, was
And he
about
shall
20
eat the
men,
fruit of thy cattle,
within, as it
and
were,
the
an
fruit of thy
half-acre of
land,
land,
until thou
which
be
a yoke of
destroyed,
oxen might
which
plow.
also shall not leave thee
And there
either
was trembling
corn,
in the
wine,
host in
or
the field,
oil,
and among all
or
the
the
people.
increase of
The
thy
garrison
kind,
and the spoilers,
or
they
flocks
also
of thy
trembled.
sheep,
And the
until he
earth
hath
quaked,
destroyed
so it
thee.
was a very great trembling.
And he shall besiege
And
thee
the
in all
watchmen
thy
of Saul
gates,
and
until
Gibeah
thy
of
high and
Benjamin
fenced
looked,
walls
and
come
behold,
down,
the
wherein
multitude
thou
melted away,
trustest throughout
and they
all
went
thy
on
land.
beating down one another.
And he shall besiege thee in
Then
all thy
said Saul
gates
unto the
throughout
people
all
that
thy
were with
land,
him,
which the Lord thy
Number
God
now, and
hath
see who is
given
gone
thee.
from us.
And thou shalt eat the
And when
fruit
they
of
had
thine own
numbered,
body,
behold,
the flesh
Jonathan
of
and
thy
his
sons,
armor-bearer
and
were
of thy
not there.
daughters, which the Lord thy
And
God
Saul
hath
said
given
unto
thee
Ahiah,
in the siege,
Bring hither the ark of
and in
God.
the straitness,
For
wherewith
the ark of
thine
God was at that
enemies shall
time with the
distress
children of
thee.
Israel.
So that the man that is
And it
tender
came to
among
pass,
you, and
while
very
Saul
delicate,
talked unto the
his
priest,
eye shall be
that the
evil
noise
toward
that was
his
in the
brother,
host
and
of the
toward the wife
Philistines
of his
went
bosom,
on and increased.
and toward the remnant
And
of
Saul
his
said unto
children,
the
which he
priest,
shall leave.
Withdraw
So that
thine
he will
hand.
not give to any of them of the flesh
And
of his
Saul
children
and all
whom he
the
shall
people
eat,
that were with him assembled
because he hath
themselves.
nothing left him
And they
in
came
the
to the
siege.
battle.
And in the
And behold,
straitness
every
wherewith
man's
thine
sword was
enemies
against
shall
his fellow,
distress thee
and there was
in
a very
all thy
great
gates.
discomfiture.
The tender and
Moreover,
delicate woman
the
among
Hebrews
you,
that were with
which
the
would not
Philistines
adventure to
before
set the
that
sole
time,
of her foot
which
upon
went
the
up with
ground
them
for
into the camp from the
delicateness and
country round
tenderness.
about,
Her
even
eye shall be
they
evil
also
toward the
turned to
husband
be
of her
with the
bosom,
Israelites that
and
were
toward
with
her
Saul
son,
and Jonathan.
and toward her daughter,
Likewise,
and toward
all
her
the men
young
of
one that
Israel
cometh
which had
out
hid
from between her
themselves in Mount
feet,
Ephraim,
and toward her
when they
children
heard that the
which she shall
Philistines
bear.
fled, even
For she
they
shall eat
also
them for
followed
want of
hard
all
after them in
things
the battle.
secretly in the siege and
So the Lord
straitness,
saved Israel
wherewith
that day,
thine enemies
and
shall
the battle
distress
passed
thee in
over
thy
unto
gates.
Bethaven.
If thou wilt
And the
not
men of
observe
Israel
to
were
do all the
distressed that
words of
day,
this law that
for
are written
Saul
in this
had
book,
adjured the people,
that thou
saying,
mayest fear this
Cursed be
glorious
the
and
man that
fearful
eateth
name,
any
the
food
Lord
until
thy
evening,
God.
that I
Then the
may
Lord
be
will make thy
avenged
plagues
on mine
wonderful,
enemies.
and the plagues of thy seed,
So none of
even
the
great
people
plagues,
tasted
and of
any
long
food.
continuance,
And all
sore
they of the land
sicknesses,
came to a
and
wood,
of long
and there was
continuance.
honey upon the ground. And when the people were come into the wood, behold, the honey dropped,
of Egypt,
but no man put his hand to his mouth.
And they shall
the people feared the oath.
Also,
but Jonathan heard not when his father charged
which is not
the people with the
in
oath.
the book of this law.
Wherefore he put forth the end of the rod that was in his hand, and dipped it in an honeycomb, and put his hand to his mouth. And his eyes were enlightened.
Whereas ye were as the stars of heaven for multitude.
Said,
because
thy father straightly charged the people with an oath, saying, Cursed be the man that eateth any food this day.
That as the Lord rejoiced over you to do you good, and to multiply you, so the Lord will rejoice over you to destroy you, and to bring you to naught.
See, I pray you, how mine eyes have been enlightened, because I tasted a little of this honey.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people
freely today of the spoil of their enemies which they found.
And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and
they
stone.
smote the Philistines that day, from
and
Michmash
among
to
these
Ajalon,
nations
and
shalt
the people
thou find
were very
no
faint.
ease. Neither
And
shall
the
the
people
sole
flew
of thy
upon the
foot have
spoil,
rest.
and took sheep and
But the
oxen and
Lord shall give
calves,
thee there
and slew
a
them on the
trembling
ground,
heart, and
and the
failing
people
of
did eat
eyes,
them
and
with the
sorrow
blood.
of mind.
Then they
And
told
thy life
Saul,
shall hang
saying,
in doubt before
Behold,
thee,
the people
and
sin
thou shalt
against the
fear
Lord,
day and
in that
night,
they eat with the
and
blood.
shalt have none assurance of thy life.
And he said,
In the morning thou shalt say,
Roll a great stone unto me this day.
And at
And
even
Saul
thou
said,
shalt say,
Disperse yourselves among the people, and say unto them, Bring me hither
for the
every
fear
man
of thine
his
heart
ox,
wherewith thou
and
shalt
every
fear,
man his sheep,
and for the sight of
and
thine
slay them
eyes
here,
which thou
and
shalt
eat,
see.
and sin not
And the
against
Lord
the
shall bring
Lord in
thee into
eating with the
Egypt
blood.
again with ships, by the
and
way
all the
whereof
people
I
brought
spake
every
unto
man
thee.
his ox with him
Thou
that
shalt
night,
see it
and
no
slew
more
them
again.
And
And
Saul
there ye
built
shall
an
be
altar
sold
unto the
unto your
Lord.
enemies
The
for
same was the
bondmen
first
and
these are the words of the
bondwomen.
covenant
And no
which the
man
Lord
shall
commanded
buy
Saul
you.
to make with the children of
Let us
Israel
go
in the
down
land
after
of
the
Moab,
Philistines by night,
beside the
and
covenant which he
spoil
made
them
with
until
them
the
in
morning
Horeb.
light, and
And
let
Moses
us not
called
leave
unto all
a man
Israel,
of
and said
them.
unto them,
Ye
And they
have
said,
seen all that the
Do
Lord
whatsoever
did before
seemeth
your
good
eyes
unto
in the
thee.
land of Egypt unto Pharaoh,
Then said the priest,
and unto all his
Let us
servants,
draw
and
near
unto
hither
all
unto
his
God.
land, the great
And Saul
temptations
asked
which
counsel
thine
of God.
eyes have seen,
Shall I
the
go down
signs
after the
and those
Philistines?
great miracles.
Wilt thou deliver
Yet
them into
the
the
Lord
hand
hath
of
not
Israel?
given you an heart to perceive,
But he answered him not
and
that day.
eyes to see, and
And
ears
Saul
to
said,
hear unto
Draw
this
ye near
day.
hither, all the chief of the
And
people,
I have led you
and know
40
and see
years
wherein
in
this
the
sin hath
wilderness.
been this day.
Your clothes are not
For
waxen
as the Lord
old
liveth,
upon
which
you,
saveth
and thy
Israel,
shoe is
though it
not
be in
waxen
Jonathan
old
my
upon thy
son,
foot.
he shall
Ye
surely
have not
die.
eaten bread, neither have ye
But there
drunk
was not a
wine
man
or
among
strong
all the
drink,
people that answered
ye
him.
might know that I am
Then said
the Lord
he unto
your
all
God.
Israel,
And when
Be ye on
came
one
unto
side,
this
and
place,
I and Jonathan
Sihon,
my
the
son
king
will
of
be on the other
Heshbon,
side.
and Og, the king of Bashan,
And the
came out
people said
against
unto
us
Saul,
unto battle.
Do
And we
what seemeth
smote
good
them.
unto thee.
And we took their
Therefore
land,
Saul said
and
unto
gave
the
it
Lord
for
God
an
of Israel,
inheritance unto the
Give a
Reubenites,
perfect lot.
and to the Gadites, and to the
And
half
Saul and
tribe of
Jonathan were
Manasseh.
taken, but the people
Keep
escaped.
therefore the
And Saul
words
said,
of this covenant,
Cast
and
lots
do
between
them
me
that ye
and
may
Jonathan my
prosper
son.
in all that ye do.
And Jonathan was taken.
Ye
Then
stand
Saul
this
said
day,
to
all of
Jonathan,
you, before the
Tell
Lord
me
your
what
God,
thou hast
your
done.
captains of your tribes, your
And
elders
Jonathan
and your
told him and
officers,
said,
with all the
I
men
did
of
but
Israel,
taste a little honey
your
with the
little
end of
ones,
the
your
rod that was
wives,
in
and
my
thy
hand,
stranger that is
and
in thy
lo, I
camp,
must die.
from the hewer of thy wood unto
And
the
Saul
drawer
answered,
of thy water.
God do
That
so,
thou
and
shouldest
more
enter
also,
into
for
covenant
thou
with the
shalt
Lord thy
surely
God,
die,
and into
Jonathan.
his oath, which the Lord thy God
And the
maketh
people
with
said
thee
unto
this
Saul,
day. Shall
that
Jonathan
he may establish
hath
thee
wrought this
today
great
for a
salvation
people
in
unto
Israel?
himself? God
and that he may
forbid.
be unto thee
As
a
the
God,
Lord
as he
liveth,
hath said
there shall
unto
not
thee.
one hair
and
of
as
his
he
head
hath
fall
sworn
to the
unto thy
ground,
fathers,
for he
to
hath wrought
Abraham,
with
to
God
Isaac,
this
and to
day.
Jacob. Neither
So
with
the people
you only
rescued
do I make this
Jonathan that he
covenant
died
and this
not.
oath, but with
Then
him that
Saul
standeth
went up
here
from
with us
following
this
the
day before
Philistines,
the Lord
and the
our
Philistines
God,
went to
and
their own
also
place.
with him that is not here with
So
us
Saul
this
took
day.
the kingdom over Israel
ye
and
know
fought
how we
against
have
all his
dwelt in the
enemies on
land of
every
Egypt,
side,
and
against
how we came
Moab, and
through the
against the
nations
children of
which ye
Ammon,
passed
and
by.
against Edom,
And
and
ye have
against the
seen
kings
their
of Zobah,
abominations
and
and their
against the
idols, wood
Philistines.
and stone,
And
silver and
whithersoever he
gold,
turned
which were
himself, he
among them,
vexed them.
lest there should be
And
among
he
you
gathered
man
an
or
host,
woman or
and
family
smote the
or
Amalekites,
tribe,
and delivered
whose
Israel
heart
out of
turneth
the
away
hands
this
of them
day
that
from the
spoiled
Lord our
them.
God, to go
Now
and
the
serve
sons of
the gods
Samuel
of these
were
nations,
Jonathan and
lest there
Ishuai
should be
and
among you a
Malchishua.
root that beareth
Samuel,
gall
the names of
also
his
wood.
daughters were
And it
these:
come to
the
pass
name
when
of
he
the
heareth me to
firstborn
anoint
Merab,
thee,
and the name of
that
the
he
youngest
blessed himself
Michael.
in his heart, saying,
And the name
Now
of Saul's
therefore,
wife
hearken
was
now
Ahinoam,
unto I walk
the
in
daughter
the
of
imagination
Ahimaaz.
of mine heart,
And the name
Dad?
of the captain of his
saith the
host was
Lord of
Abner,
hosts.
the son of
I
Ner,
remember
Saul's
that
uncle.
which Amalek did
And
to
Kish
Israel
was the
within
father
thee.
of
And he
Saul.
laid wait for
And
him
Ner,
in
the
the
father of
days when he
Abner,
came up
was the
against
son of
that man,
Abiah.
and all the
Now
curses
go,
And there
that are
was
written in
sore
this
smite
war
book shall
against
lie
the
upon him,
Philistines
utterly
and the
destroy
Lord
all
shall
the
blot out
Ahab,
his name
and
from
And when
spare
under
them
Saul
not,
saw
but
any
slay
strong
those
man
men
or any
that
valiant
were
man,
infant
he took
out
him
of
unto
all the
ox,
tribes of
sheep,
Israel,
camel,
according to
and
all the
ass.
curses of the covenant that are written in
And
this
Saul
book of the
gathered the
law.
people together,
So that the
and numbered
generation
them
to
in
come of your
Telaim
children that shall
200,000
rise up
footmen,
after you,
and
and the
10,000 men of
stranger that
Judah.
shall come from a
And
far
Saul
land
came to a
shall
city
say,
of Amalek,
when
and
they see
laid
the
wait in the
plagues
valley.
of that land and the
And
sicknesses
Saul
which
said
the
unto
Lord
the
hath laid
Kenites,
upon it,
Go,
and that the
depart.
whole land
Get you
thereof
down
is
from among
brimstone
the
and
Amalekites,
salt
lest
and
I destroy
burning,
you with them.
that it is not
For ye
sown
showed
nor
kindness
beareth
to
nor
all
any
the
grass
children of
groweth
Israel
therein,
when they came up out of
like
Egypt.
the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah.
So the Kenites
Admah
departed
and
from among
Zeboim,
the Amalekites.
which the Lord overthrew
And Saul
in his
smote the
anger
Amalekites from
and in his
Havilah
wrath.
until thou comest to Shur,
Even
that is
all
over against
nations
Egypt.
shall say,
And he took Agag, the
Wherefore
king
hath
of the
the Lord
Amalekites,
done thus
alive,
unto this
and
land?
utterly destroyed all
What
the
meaneth
people
the
with the
heat
edge of
this
the
great
sword.
anger?
But Saul and the
Then
people
men
spared
shall say,
Agag, and the best
Because
of the
they
sheep,
have
and of the
forsaken the
oxen,
covenant
and
of the
fatlings,
Lord God of their
and the
fathers,
lambs, and all
which
that
he
was
made
good,
with them
and
when he
would
brought
not
them
utterly
forth
destroy
out of
them.
the land of Egypt.
But everything
For
that
they
was
went and
vile and
served
refuse,
other gods and
that they
worshipped
destroyed
them,
utterly.
gods whom they knew not, and whom
Then
he had
came
not
the word
given
of the
unto
Lord
them.
unto Samuel, saying,
And the anger of the Lord was
It
kindled
repenteth
against this
me that I
land, to
have
bring
set up
upon it
Saul
all
to
the
be
curses
king.
that are written in
For
this
he
book.
is turned back
And
from
the Lord
following
rooted
me,
them out of
and
their
hath
land
not
in
performed
anger and
my
in
commandments.
wrath and in great indignation,
And it grieved
and cast
Samuel.
them into another
And
land,
he cried unto the
as
Lord
it
all
is
night.
this day.
And when
The
Samuel
secret things
rose early
belong
to
unto
meet
the
Saul
Lord
in the
our
morning,
God.
it was told
But those
Samuel,
things which
saying,
are revealed
Saul
belong
came to
unto
Carmel,
us,
and
and to
behold,
our
he set him up
children
a place,
forever,
and is gone
that we
about,
may do
and passed
all
on
the
and gone
words
down
of
to
this
Gilgal.
law.
And Samuel came to Saul, Deuteronomy. And Saul
Chapter
said
30.
unto him,
Blessed
And
be
it shall
thou
come
of the
to
Lord.
pass, when all
I have
these
performed
things
the
are come
commandment
upon
of the
thee,
Lord.
the blessing and the curse
And
which I have
Samuel
set
said,
before thee,
What
and thou shalt
meaneth
call
then
them
this
to mind
bleating of
among
the
all
sheep
the
in mine
nations,
ears,
whither the
and the
Lord thy
lowing of
God
the
hath
oxen
driven
which I
thee,
hear.
and shalt return unto
And
the
Saul
Lord thy
said,
God,
They have
and
brought
shalt
them from the
obey his
Amalekites.
voice
For the
according
people
to
spared
all
the
that
best
I
of the sheep
command
and
thee
of the
this
oxen,
day,
to
thou
sacrifice
and thy
unto the
children
Lord thy
with
God.
all thine heart,
And the rest we
and
have
with all
utterly
thy
destroyed.
soul.
that then the
Then
Lord thy
Samuel
God
said
will
unto
turn thy
Saul,
captivity and have
Stay,
compassion upon
and I will
thee,
tell thee
and
what
will
the
return
Lord
and
hath
gather
said
thee
to
from
me
all the
this
nations whither the Lord thy
And he
God
said
hath
unto him,
scattered thee.
Say on.
If any of thine be driven out
Samuel
into
said,
the outmost parts of
When
heaven,
thou wast
from
little
thence
in
will
thine
the
own
Lord thy
sight,
God gather
wast thou
thee,
not made
and
the
from
head
thence
of
will
the
he
tribes
fetch
of
thee.
Israel?
And
the
the
Lord
Lord thy
anointed
God
thee
will
king
bring
over
thee
Israel?
into the land which thy
And the
fathers
Lord sent
possessed,
thee on a journey,
and thou shalt
and said,
possess it.
Go,
and he will do
and
thee
utterly
good,
destroy
and
the
multiply
sinners,
thee
the
above thy
Amalekites,
fathers.
and fight against
And
them
the
until
Lord thy
they be
God will
consumed.
circumcise thine heart,
Wherefore
and the
then
heart of
didst
thy
thou
seed,
not obey the voice
to love
of the Lord,
thy God
but
with
didst
all
fly upon
thine
the
heart and
spoil,
with all
and
thy
didst
soul,
evil in the
that
sight
thou
of the
mayest
Lord.
live. And the Lord thy
And
God
Saul
will put
said
all
unto
these
Samuel,
curses upon thine
Yea, I
enemies,
have
and on
obeyed the
them that
voice
hate
of the
thee,
Lord,
which
and have gone the way
persecuted
which the
thee.
Lord sent me,
And thou
and have
shalt
brought
return and
Agag the
obey
king
the
of
voice of
Amalek,
the Lord,
and have
and
utterly
do all
destroyed
his
the
commandments
Amalekites.
which I command thee this
But the
day.
people took of the spoil
And the
sheep
Lord thy
and
God
oxen,
will make thee
the
plenteous purchase in every work of thine hand, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy land.
And Samuel said,
For the Lord will again rejoice over thee for good, as he rejoiced over thy fathers.
As in obeying
if
the
thou
voice
shalt
of the
hearken
Lord,
unto the voice of the Lord
behold,
thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which are written in this book of the law, and if thou turn unto the Lord thy God with all thine
is
heart
as the sin
and
of
with all thy
witchcraft,
soul,
and stubbornness is as
for
iniquity
this commandment which I command thee this day,
because
it is
thou
not
hast
hidden
rejected
from
the
thee,
word of the Lord,
neither is it
he
far
hath
off.
also rejected thee
It is
from
not
being
in heaven
king.
that thou shouldest say.
And
Who shall
Saul
go up
said
for
unto
us to heaven
Samuel,
and bring it unto us,
I have
that we
sinned.
may hear it and do
For I
it?
have transgressed the commandment
Neither
of the
is
Lord
it
and
beyond
thy
the sea
words,
that thou shouldest say.
because I feared the
Who
people
shall go
and
over the
obeyed
sea
their
for us
voice.
and bring it unto us,
Now
that we
therefore,
may
I
hear
pray
it and
thee,
do it?
Pardon my
But
sin.
the word is very
turn
nigh
again with
unto
me,
thee,
that I may
in thy
worship the
mouth and in
Lord.
thy heart, that thou
And
mayest
Samuel
do
said
it.
unto Saul,
See,
I will not return with thee.
Set before
thou
thee
hast
this
rejected
day
the word of the Lord,
and
the Lord hath
and
rejected
evil.
thee from
In
being
that I
king
command
over
thee
Israel.
this day to love the Lord thy
And
God,
as Samuel turned
to
about
walk
to
in
go
his
away,
ways,
he
and to
laid
keep
hold
his
upon the skirt of his
commandments
mantle, and it
statutes
rent.
and his
And
judgments,
Samuel said
that
unto
thou
him,
mayest
The
live
Lord
and
hath rent
multiply.
the kingdom of
And the
Israel
Lord
from
thy
thee
God
this
shall
day,
bless thee in
and
the
hath
land
given
whither
it to
thou
a neighbor of
goest
thine,
to possess
that is
it.
better than thou.
But if thine
And
heart
also
turn away,
the
so
strength
that
of
thou
Israel
wilt
will
not
not lie,
hear,
nor
but
repent.
shalt be drawn
For he
away
is
and
not a
worship
man
other
that he
gods
should
and
repent.
serve them, I
Then he
denounce
said,
unto you
I
this
have
day
sinned.
that ye shall
Yet honor
surely
me now, I
perish,
pray
and
thee,
that ye
before
shall
the
not
elders of my
prolong
people,
your days
and before
upon the
Israel,
land
and
whither
turn
thou
again with
passest
me, that
over
I may
Jordan
worship the
to go
Lord
to
thy
possess
God.
it. I
So
call
Samuel
heaven and
turned
earth
again
to
after
witness this
Saul,
day
and Saul
against you,
worshipped the Lord.
that I have set before
Then
you
said
life
Samuel,
and death,
Bring ye hither
blessing
to
and
me
cursing.
Agag, the king of the
Therefore,
Amalekites.
choose life,
And
that
Agag
both
came
thou
unto
and
him
thy
delicately.
seed may live.
And Agag
That
said,
thou mayest love the
Surely
Lord
the
thy
bitterness of
God,
death is
and that thou
past.
mayest obey his voice,
And Samuel
and
said,
that thou mayest
As
cleave
thy
unto
sword
him.
hath made women
For
childless,
he is thy
so
life,
shall thy mother
and
be
the length
childless
of thy
among women.
days. That
And
thou
Samuel
mayest
hewed
dwell in
Agag
the
in
land
pieces
which the
before the
Lord
Lord in
sware
Gilgal.
unto thy
And the
fathers,
Lord said
to
Samuel went to
Abraham,
Ramah,
to
and
Isaac,
Saul went
and
unto his
to
house
Jacob.
at Gibeah of Saul.
Seeing I
And
have
Samuel
rejected
came no
him
more
from
to see
reigning
Saul
over
until the
Israel.
day of his death.
Fill thine horn
Nevertheless,
with oil and go.
Samuel mourned for
I will
Saul,
send thee to
and
Jesse
the Lord
the
repented that he
Bethlehemite,
had made
for I
Saul
have
king
provided
over
me a
Israel.
king among his sons.
Give ear, O ye heavens, and I will
And
speak,
Samuel said,
and hear, O earth,
How
the
can
words
I
of
go?
my mouth.
If Saul hear it,
My
he will
doctrine
kill
shall
me.
drop as the rain. My
And the Lord
speech shall
said,
distill as the
Take an
dew,
heifer with thee, and
as the
say,
small
I
rain
am
upon
come
the
to
tender
sacrifice
herb,
to the Lord.
and as the showers upon
And
the
call
grass.
Jesse to the
Because I will
sacrifice.
publish the name of
And
the
I will
Lord.
show thee what thou shalt
Ascribe
do.
ye greatness
And thou
unto
shalt
our
anoint
God.
unto me
He is
him
the
whom
rock.
I name unto
His
thee.
work is perfect. For all
And
his
Samuel
ways are
did that
judgment.
which the Lord
A
spake,
God
and
of
came to
truth and
Bethlehem.
without iniquity.
And the elders of the
Just and
town
right
trembled
is
at his
he.
coming, and said,
They have corrupted
Comest
themselves.
thou peaceably?
Their spot is not the spot of his
And
children.
he said,
They are a
Peaceably.
perverse and crooked
I am come
generation.
to sacrifice unto the
Do
Lord.
ye thus requite the Lord,
Sanctify
O foolish
yourselves,
people and
come with
unwise?
me to the sacrifice.
Is not he thy father that hath bought thee?
And he sanctified
Hath he
Jesse
not
and
made
his
thee
sons,
and
and called them
established
to the
thee?
sacrifice.
Remember
And
the
it came
days
to
of old.
pass, when they were
Consider
come, that
the
he
years
looked on
of many
Eliab, and
generations.
said,
Ask
Surely
thy
the
father,
Lord's
and he will
anointed
show thee.
is before
Thy
him.
elders, and they will tell thee.
But the Lord said
When the
unto
Most
Samuel,
High divided to the
Look
nations
not
their
on his
inheritance,
countenance, or on the
when he
height of his
separated
stature,
the sons of
because
Adam,
I have
he
refused
set the
him.
bounds of the people
For the
according
Lord
to the
seeth
number
not
of the
as
children of
man
Israel.
seeth. For man
For the
looketh on
Lord's
the outward
portion is his
appearance,
people.
but the Lord looketh
Jacob
on the
is the
heart.
lot of his inheritance.
Then Jesse
He
called
found him in the
Abinadab,
desert
and made him
land,
pass
and in the
before
waste
Samuel, and
howling
he said,
wilderness. He
Neither
led
hath
him
the
about.
Lord chosen
He
this.
instructed him. He kept him
Then
as the
Jesse
apple of
made
his
Shammah to
eye.
pass by, and
As
he
an
said,
eagle stirreth up her
Neither
nest,
hath the
fluttereth
Lord
over her young,
chosen
spreadeth
this.
abroad her wings, taketh
Again,
them,
Jesse
beareth them
made
on
7
her
of his
wings.
sons to pass
So the
before
Lord
Samuel.
alone did lead him.
And Samuel said
And
unto
there was
Jesse,
no strange
The
God
Lord
with him.
hath not chosen these.
He made him ride on the high places
And
of the
Samuel
earth,
said
that he
unto
might
Jesse,
eat the increase
Are
of the
here
fields.
all thy
And he made
children?
him to suck honey out of
And
the
he
rock,
said,
and oil out
There
of the flinty
remaineth
rock,
yet the youngest.
butter of
And
kine and
behold,
milk of
he
sheep,
keepeth the
with
sheep.
fat of lambs and rams of the breed
And Samuel
of
said
Bashan,
unto Jesse,
and goats
Send and
with the
fetch
fat
him,
of kidneys of
for
wheat.
we will not sit
And thou
down till
didst
he come
drink
hither.
the pure blood of the grape.
and he sent and
But
brought him in.
Jeshurun waxed fat
Now he was
and
ruddy,
kicked.
and withal of a beautiful
Thou art
countenance,
waxen
and
fat.
goodly to look to.
Thou art
And the
grown
Lord
thick.
said,
Thou art covered
Arise,
with fatness.
Anoint him.
Then he forsook
For this
God
is
which
he.
made him, and lightly
Then
esteemed the rock
Samuel
of
took
his
the horn of
salvation.
oil, and anointed him
They
in the midst
provoked
of his
him to
brethren.
jealousy
And
with
the Spirit of the
strange
Lord
gods,
came upon
with
David from
abominations
generations provoked they him to anger.
So Samuel
they
rose up and
sacrificed
went
unto
to Ramah.
devils, not to
But
God.
the Spirit of the Lord
to
departed
gods
from
whom they
Saul,
knew not,
and an evil
to
spirit
new
from the
gods
Lord
that
troubled
came
him.
newly up, whom your
And Saul's
fathers
servants
feared
said
not.
unto him,
Of the
Behold,
rock that
now,
begat
an evil
thee, thou art
spirit from God
unmindful,
troubleth thee.
and hast forgotten
Let our
God
Lord
that
now
formed
command
thee.
thy servants which are before
And when
thee
the Lord
to seek
saw
out
it,
a
he
man who
abhorred
is a
them,
cunning player
because
on
of
an
the
harp.
provoking of his
And
sons
it shall
and
come
of
to
his
pass,
daughters.
when the evil spirit
And he
from
said,
God is upon
I will
thee,
hide my
that
face
he shall
from them.
play with his hand,
I will see what
and
their
thou
end
shalt
shall
do
be.
well.
For they are a very froward
And
generation.
Saul said unto his servants,
Children in whom is no
Provide me
faith.
now a man that can play well.
They have moved
and
me to
bring
jealousy
him to
with
me.
that which is not God,
Then answered
They
one
have
of the servants
provoked me
and said,
to anger with their vanities.
Behold, I have seen
And I
a
will
son
move
of
them to
Jesse
jealousy
the
with those
Bethlehemite,
which are not
that
a
is
people.
cunning in playing, and
I
a
will
mighty
provoke them to
valiant man,
anger
and
with a
man of
foolish
war,
nation.
and prudent in matters.
For a fire
and
is kindled
a
in mine
comely
anger,
person.
and shall burn unto the
And
lowest
the Lord
hell,
is with him.
and shall consume the earth with her
Wherefore
increase,
Saul
and
sent
set on
messengers
fire
unto
the
Jesse, and
foundations of
said,
the mountains.
Send me David thy son, which is with the sheep.
I will heap mischiefs upon them.
And Jesse
I will
took an
spend
ass
mine
laden
arrows
with bread
upon
and
them.
a bottle of wine,
They
and a
shall
kid,
be burnt
and
with
sent
hunger,
them by David
and
his son
devoured
unto
with
Saul.
burning heat,
And David
and
came
with
to
bitter
Saul and stood
destruction.
before him.
I
He
will
loved
also
him
send the
greatly,
teeth of
and he became
beasts
his
upon them,
armor-bearer.
with the poison
And
of
Saul
serpents
sent
of the
to
dust.
Jesse, saying,
The sword
David, I
without
pray thee,
and
stand
terror
before
within
me,
shall
for he hath
destroy
found
both
favor
the
in my
young man
sight.
and the virgin, the
And it
suckling
came to
also
pass,
with the
when
man
the
of
evil
gray
spirit from
hairs.
God was upon
I
Saul,
said I would
that
scatter
David
them
took
into
an harp
corners.
and played with his
I would
hand.
make the remembrance
So
of them
Saul
to
was
cease
refreshed
from
and
among
was
men,
well,
were it
and
not
the
that I
evil
fear
spirit
the wrath of
departed
the
from
enemy,
him.
lest their adversaries should behave themselves strangely, and lest they should say, Our hand is high, and the Lord hath not done all this. For they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them. Oh, that they were wise, that they understood this, that they would consider their latter end. How should one chase 1,000, and two put 10,000 to flight, except their rock had sold them, and the Lord had shut them up? For their rock is not as our rock, even our enemies themselves being judges. For their vine is of the vine of Sodom, and of the fields of Gomorrah. Their grapes are grapes of gall, their clusters are bitter. Their wine is the poison of dragons, and the cruel venom of asps. Is not this laid up in store with me, and sealed up among my treasures? To me belongeth vengeance and recompense. Their foot shall slide in due time, for the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things that shall come upon them make haste. For the Lord shall judge his people, and repent himself for his servants, when he seeth that their power is gone, and there is none shut up or left. And he shall say, Where are their gods, their rock in whom they trusted, which did eat the fat of their sacrifices, and drank the wine of their drink offerings? Let them rise up and help you, and be your protection. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever. If I whet my glittering sword, and mine hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to mine enemies, and will reward them that hate me. I will make mine arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh, and that with the blood of the slain and of the captives, from the beginning of revenges upon the enemy. Rejoice, all ye nations, with his people, for he will avenge the blood of his servants, and will render vengeance to his adversaries, and will be merciful unto his land and to his people.
And Moses came and spake all the words of this song in the ears of the people, he and Hoshea the son of Nun. And Moses made an end of speaking all these words to all Israel. And he said unto them,
Set your hearts unto all the words which I testify among you this day, which ye shall command your children to observe
Moses, the man of God,
all the
blessed
words
the children
of
of
this
Israel
law.
before his death.
For it is not
And
a
he
vain
said,
thing for you. The Lord came
because it
from
is your
Sinai
life,
and rose up from
and
Seir
through
unto
this
them.
thing
ye shall
he
prolong
shined
your
forth from Mount
days in the
Paran,
land whither
and he
ye
came
go
with
over
10,000
Jordan to
of
possess
saints.
it. From his right hand
And the Lord
went
spake
a
unto
fiery
Moses
law
that
for them.
selfsame day, saying,
Yea,
Get
he
thee
loved
up
the
into this
people.
mountain
All
Ephraim,
his saints
unto
are in
Mount
thy
Nebo,
hand.
which is in the
And
land
they
of Moab,
sat down at
that
thy
is over
feet.
against
Every
Jericho.
one shall receive
and behold,
of
the
thy
land
words.
of Canaan, which I give unto the children of Israel
Moses
for a
commanded us a
possession.
law, even the
And
inheritance
die
of
in
the
the mount
congregation
whither
of
thou
Jacob.
goest up,
And he was
and be
king in
gathered unto
Jeshurun,
thy
when the heads
people,
of the people and
as
the
Aaron
tribes
thy
of
brother
Israel
died in
were
Mount
gathered
Hor,
together.
and was gathered unto his people,
Let Reuben
because ye
live. live and not die, and let not his men
at
be
the waters
few.
of Meribah Kadesh, in the wilderness
and
of Zin.
this is the blessing of Judah.
Because ye sanctified me not in the midst of the children of
Lord,
Israel.
the voice of Judah,
Yet thou shalt
and bring
see the
him
land
unto his
before
people.
thee. But thou shalt not go thither unto the land which I give the children of Israel.
And be thou an help to him from his enemies.
And of Levi he said,
Let thy Thummim and thy Urim be with thy Holy One, whom thou didst prove at Massah, and with whom thou didst strive at the waters of Meribah, who said unto his father and to his mother, I have not seen him. Neither did he acknowledge his brethren, nor knew his own children, for they have observed thy word and kept thy covenant. They shall teach Jacob thy judgments, and Israel thy law. They shall put incense before thee, and whole burnt sacrifice upon thine altar. Bless, Lord, his substance, and accept the work of his hands. Smite through the loins of them that rise against him, and of them that hate him, that they rise not again.
And of Benjamin he said,
The beloved of the Lord shall dwell in safety by him, and the Lord shall cover him all the day long, and he shall dwell between his shoulders.
And of Joseph he said,
Blessed of the Lord be his land, for the precious things of heaven, for the dew and for the deep that coucheth beneath, and for the precious fruits brought forth by the sun, and for the precious things put forth by the moon, and for the chief things of the ancient mountains, and for the precious things of the lasting hills, and for the precious things of the earth and fullness thereof, and for the good will of him that dwelt in the bush. Let the blessing come upon the head of Joseph, and upon the top of the head of him that was separated from his brethren. His glory is like the firstling of his bullock, and his horns are like the horns of unicorns. With them he shall push the people together to the ends of the earth. And they are the 10,000s of Ephraim, and they are the thousands of Manasseh.
And of Zebulun he said,
Rejoice, Zebulun, in thy going out, and Issachar in thy tents. They shall call the people unto the mountain, there they shall offer sacrifices of righteousness. For they shall suck of the abundance of the seas, and of treasures hid in the sand.
And of Gad he said,
Blessed be he that enlargeth Gad. He dwelleth as a lion, and teareth the arm with the crown of the head. And he provided the first part for himself, because there in a portion of the lawgiver was he seated. And he came with the heads of the people. He executed the justice of the Lord, and his judgments with Israel.
And of Dan he said,
Dan is a lion's whelp. He shall leap from Bashan.
And of Naphtali he said,
O Naphtali, satisfied with favor and full with the blessing of the Lord, possess thou the west and the south.
And of Asher he said,
Let Asher be blessed with children. Let him be acceptable to his brethren, and let him dip his foot in oil. Thy shoes shall be iron and brass, and as thy days, so shall thy strength be. There is none like unto the God of Jeshurun, who rideth upon the heaven in thy help, and in his excellency on the sky. The eternal God is thy refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms. And he shall thrust out the enemy from before thee, and shall say, Destroy them. Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. The fountain of Jacob shall be upon a land of corn and wine. Also his heavens shall drop down dew. Happy art thou, O Israel! Who is like unto thee, O people saved by the Lord, the shield of thy help? And who is the sword of thy excellency? And thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places.